This a great day for more DACA.
For more DACA. For more DACA. What's up, Lead Fiend? Thank you, man. Welcome back, guys, to TG number 15. What are you doing, thing? What is it reflecting? I can't. Oh my god. Now everything's. It was fine. Now it's fucked.
They're too white. Holy shit. There goes my phone. Boop, 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 boop. Let me put that on vibrate.
And then sit on it?
No. We just had this conversation about how we don't do pegging.
Hey, man. Prostate massages are great and they're not gay.
Prostate massages are one thing. Pegging is an entirely different fucking thing.
It's not gay if a woman's dicking me down. For context, if you guys haven't noticed, what's popular and top rated on porn sites, there's been a lot more influx of pegging videos, and we were talking about that. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, whatever. What's up, Sarabim? How you doing, man?
What's going on?
What is it? What is it, Dirk? I mean, if that's what you're into, I don't give a shit. Doesn't matter.
I don't care. Just don't tell me about it.
Yeah. Don't be like, look, my wife shoved this in my ass last night. Like, whoa, God. You know, from a medical standpoint, that's gonna cause damage to your large intestine. Anyway. But yeah.
But is it? This is not how I wanted it to be. Hey, it's typical fucking start of TG with everything else. I love it. It's generating conversation. Fuck it. But
let me turn you up a little bit.
But fuck it.
But fuck it.
But fuck it. Okay.
But fuck it. Yeah. What's up, Gina? What's going on? So, guys, we got a lot of fucking games to talk about today. A lot of games. Lots and lots. I mean, shit, I got a huge fucking list right here. Whew!
The puns are gonna be so bad this episode already. All fucking ready. Puns are gonna be off the charts.
Let's see, where should we start? I guess we could start with news.
Nudes? Oh, news. Got it.
News, yeah, news.
News.
News. That's our little intro audio
we're
thing.
supposed to have like an intro audio or some shit like that. Hey, we need a fucking production team to get this shit fucking squared away, okay?
Boop, 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 boop. News with TG. The content within this video is subject to change and improvement. So, by the way, guys.
I already know what this is.
Yeah, ready or not. Ready or not, just put out their pre-order, right?
Ready or not, put out their fucking... They had an announcement trailer, they had a gameplay trailer, which... The big thing about Ready or Not is, you know, a SWAT 4 spiritual successor, which having actually dabbled in a SWAT 4 now, I can understand the hype. The only general consensus that people had with this trailer is they wanted to actually see, like, actual fucking gameplay, but it was kind of like a presentation with gameplay, in a way, which I understand why they did it. Everything else, so it was kind of like a gameplay trailer with gameplay, but it was a presentation trailer at the same time. It was
yeah, all the things.
I'm definitely looking forward to more of a gameplay-esque trailer, but you know, there's things that I took note in the trailer that I paid attention to that I appreciated and everything else, and I thought about doing like an analysis on it, but I was just like, nah.
This is the one, right? This is the one they showed?
Yes, it's the one they showed.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. He's actually pulling them out of it. That's the first game to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a good amount of attention to detail in this one. So, you know, fucking sold
Billy not ready.
Fucking sold me on the fucking thing too, because you know, I mean, if it's anything like SWAT 4 that's super fucking upgraded with definitely mechanic changes, then I'm fucking sold. Sold.
So it's not even out yet, guys. This is just some like, hey, this is what we're working on. This is what it's going to be kind of stuff. This is what we want it to be. That kind of thing.
Plus, you know, we already know we're going to get dedicated servers from it. So, you know, that's going to be fucking Gucci. The only thing that was particularly off-putting was the fucking packages they had for the early access experiences and stuff like that. Like the base game's going to be like $40, which that's doable, standard edition, whatever. Then it jumps from like 40 to like 120 or 140. I don't remember what. And I'm just like, I'm not paying $140 for a fucking game, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. So,
I mean, I bought the Ultimate Edition of Division, but I haven't played this game yet. I don't know if it's worth that much.
I mean, I already got,
especially early access.
Yeah, especially when I can't even play. Like I spent $195. I got the Edge of Darkness edition for Escape from Tarkov and stuff like that, and it was just like blah blah blah. I need to see some more before I'm like dropping mad bucks just to get early access, alpha access and stuff, which sucks, as content creators and stuff like that. You kind of want to get your fucking your dick in there as fast as possible.
Yeah. Got to be the first one. Well, it's still tight. Everybody hasn't had a chance yet.
But wow. Okay.
Just right in there. just right in there.
But yeah. So I mean, it's just I'm not gonna pay that price for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is cool though they are exploring the law enforcement side of tactical shooters and stuff like that, because it's a lot more complicated than just shoot bad guy, as you've seen with fucking SWAT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we'll go into more about SWAT later.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing news right now, so.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's not a whole lot yet about this, really. It's like what you guys see. You guys can go check this video out, and they have other videos about what's going on, what have yous. But there's just not a lot yet. Like, they can show you a bunch of eye candy, but like until you actually see it, how it actually works out, we can sit here and speculate all fucking day what this means, but we'll see.
I'm seeing a lot of the SWAT 4 mechanics come into play here with the fucking cuffing mechanics and like the red teams and blue teams, and things carry over. But again, it's like this isn't necessarily representative of the final product and everything else, and we won't know until I think what's the August announcement for the alpha access, which nobody knows if it's under NDA or not or what the case may be. So I really sincerely hope it's not.
Yeah.
So not to mention it's gonna have mod support, which will be fucking fantastic.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Why can't more games do that, man? Like, hey, we know that you guys could probably make it even better if you give us enough shits. Or different, or, Yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, like, we could... Oh, my God. Like, applications for, like, the RP stuff. This could be the combat form for it with the mods and shit. And then, like, whatever. I don't know. Like...
I think it is UE4.
Yeah, like we could have a campaign in the future for Arma where we're actually a team that hits the places all over the world, and that could jump different games. It's like, all right, now here's the actual op that we're gonna go on, but it's gonna be in this game, by the way. So these rules, blah blah blah. So we're gonna be hopping in ready or not for this, and this, because this is an actual like snatch and grab mission or whatever. It's a cool idea. It'd be cool. I wish more games would do stuff like that so you can extrapolate. Yeah. All right. Ready or not, looks sick. I hope it actually performs well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I hope they have something. Unless I can get my hands on it, or have some sort of beta access where I can get my hands on it, I usually don't. I don't know. I'm a stickler for pre-order stuff, but
yeah,
I am certainly hyped.
I mean,
for
this whole early access thing is. I don't know.
Yes, there will definitely be multiplayer in Ready or Not. If they don't, that's about the fucking dumbest shit ever. So I almost guarantee they're gonna have it.
Yeah, it would be like, oh, it's lame. Okay. What's the last game that should have had multiplayer but didn't? It doesn't happen a lot. Every now and then a game fucks itself. Well, there was the Hellgate London.
Yeah, when they
that should have had it.
They fucked themselves on that one pretty bad. Like not bringing the multiplayer aspect into that when you're gonna bring it back was a mistake. That was a crucial mistake. But
it's not a paintball gun, guys.
Yeah,
it's a pepper ball gun.
Yeah. That was the whole reason why I refunded. Otherwise, I never would have kept it on my library. But I was like, Hellgate London without multiplayer? Nope.
Yeah, you can always rebuy it again when there is.
So
fuck yeah.
All right. It did have multiplayer when it released, but the re-release of it does not. not without some sort of fucking modification. So,
but
like,
they can't yet.
You get it on Steam.
Like nobody's made it. Yeah.
So.
Because it was a re-release of a Korean single-player version or something.
Right. Who did it? Well, it wasn't Flagship Studios, was it? I'm trying to remember the original creators of it. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, ready or not, guys. You'll be seeing more about it when we get more information. So this just happened this morning, by the way. Is Escape from Tarkov had this stream. They just started streaming their channel, Battle State Games. Oh, I gotta mute it. My bad. Hold on. So they started streaming, and it was just a bunch of like the UN guy hanging out in a room and stuff, and then they eventually put up a little timer thing, and then when the timer got to 0.
Yeah, I had no idea what the fuck this was even about. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I pop in the TG Discord and I pop it in there. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Battle State Games is doing, but there's like so many little undertones in this. So
yeah, and like I remember at first I was like, man, I don't like it when devs do this. Like, just wait until I tell you to fucking like tell you something. Like, just sit around. I don't like it, but anyway, you know. But so they've started this. From what they did is they're showing these like live action mini-series episodes, and this was episode 1 that they shown, and I guess this is how they're gonna release information on like what they're gonna be adding to the game, because like everything that's in the videos is what's gonna be added.
At least that's what everybody's gonna do, and that's logical deduction to do so. I'm definitely gonna fucking hyperanalyze the fuck out of this video.
Yeah, because it's one of those games where like they're trying to go for the ultimate realism to the point where like it's gonna rule out a lot of people that want to play it because like this is too real.
Well, the only thing I will say is like when people talk about the medical system in EFT, it's like, it still hasn't quite, got the element of like realism yet, of course, because I can just pile up like, zip, whoop, oh hey look, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, in the video they showed that guy got popped and like he couldn't talk and his buddy had to help him. So I don't know if that's going to be a thing later, like depending on the wound. You can't help yourself. Like there's going to be a moment of shock, like if you take a fucking 7.62 to the gut or something. I don't know. But I mean, that would be cool. Yeah, it's pretty like fuck. But yeah. So it's cool. And we're probably, I don't know if we're going to be sitting here talking about Escape from Tarkov long enough to see the entire video. But basically, Escape from Tarkov, end goal is to be like, there's this huge open map area that you can go do ops in, and then there's different factions, and you can play as different factions. And the whole point is it's like this like no man's land that you go in. I think so.
Is that a first strike bar?
Yeah, I think it's a first strike bar.
First strike bar. We have an MRE, dude.
Yeah, it is a first strike bar. Yep.
Shit.
Boom. Get popped. But yeah, so Endgame is this like these no man land or whatever that people go in and like try to get loot out of, or like certain things. Like man, I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that, like why people bother to go in here, but like there's like a bunch of like lawless scavs that go around and live in it, and they're like bandits and shit, and then there's other guys that like these private military dudes that go in that have various things they need to go recover that they also loot shit so they can sell it. And that's like the general like real world premise idea. And then how it plays out in the game right now, where it is now is more instance based. So like you go into an instance, like a small little area, do your thing, loot, kill other people, get out, so that they can test all the combat mechanics and stuff like that. But I'm more excited for this game when it gets to that end bit where you actually like you don't just extract, you need to get all the way fucking back to your place, and then you're good.
That's what I'm waiting on too, because people ask me why I don't fucking delve into it anymore, is because I want the more persistent fucking survival mechanics to come into play, as opposed to just going into instances and shooting everybody the fuck up and then getting out and then fucking, doing that 4 or 5 wipes through. I'm just like, I'm fatigued of it.
Yeah. And then having the same problems where we eventually had problems with desync, and then we have problems with fucking gear stuff and hackers, and it goes through this constant loop, and then eventually getting frustrated with this and that because of how people play. And people know those maps so fucking well by now that it's just kind of like...
takes out the immersion when I'm just like, well, scav fucking sniper's gonna be here, fucking dude chat's gonna be over there, fucking this guy's gonna be over here. I know the fucking spawn points in factory like the back of my hand, so I'm gonna have to ice this asshole over here.
Yeah. Now they did recently add the whole lab thing, right?
Yeah, Terra Labs.
Yeah.
Which
and that's supposed to have like different extract points, and you actually have like
hot drop, man.
Yeah.
So
and like the scavs are like bossed up scavs or something. Yeah. So I mean, it's a fun game. I'm like, this is one of those few games that like I bought into a long time ago. And I'm like, no, this is gonna be a game I keep coming back to because I can support the shit out of this whole idea. Even though we had that one talk before on TG about some people that work there doing some fucked up things to content creators and stuff, like some people, keywords, some people, not the entire. I don't know. I don't agree with demonizing a whole fucking company and everybody that works there because of the actions of a couple people. But
if the game's awesome, I'm gonna fucking play it. It's just that simple. You know, company practices are company practices. I'm looking at the product.
Yeah. Doesn't mean we have to agree with it. You know, doesn't mean we have to like it. It's just, if it's a fun fucking game, I just want to enjoy games, bro. Yeah.
If you're gonna buy anal butt cream for the fucking anal butt cream, you don't care about the company practices. You just care if the product works.
Yeah. Yeah. It turns out the assless chaps company that also makes prostate massagers don't actually support. Don't actually support homophobic. Or not homophobe, don't actually support homosexual actions. You know, like, who gives a shit is whatever. You're gonna buy their product. It doesn't fucking matter. You know, it's whatever. Anyway, yeah. So, guys, go watch this video. I highly recommend it. Even if you're not into fucking Escape from Tarkov, they did a pretty awesome job on this video. Now, I will admit, the first thing I thought after it was over is like, so that's where your entire budget went.
I had that feeling. Everybody else in like the chats and stuff like that was like, oh, that's where my Edge of Darkness edition, my fucking money went to. Got it. Yeah.
To be fair, this is a great way to sell a fucking game, though. Yeah, like, I bet you their sales because of this video are just going. I mean, it's sick. Like, they put a lot of fucking work into this video with, like,
there was some good attention to detail.
Yeah. And like the feeling of all this shit, and
So
like at this part where he gets his gun shot out of his arms and he's like, fuck my gun. Whatever, like, just leave it, bro, switch to your secondary. But anyway, and then he had a jam in this fire, like, it's cool. It's all right. And that's what they go for in the game, is you get jams, you get, you know,
and weapon manipulation.
Like
I appreciate it.
Great job on all that.
I mean, it was some pretty big budget little fucking things they were doing with this. I was just kind of actually impressed. I was like, you know, oh great, it's gonna be a B-rated movie or some shit they're fucking advertising. I was
like Halo did for. I was like, Halo had that little mini movie thing, and
Okay, all right, you know. This is kind of
but this is like how they're introducing what you said, the underbarrel grenade launcher. There was an RPG in this. I wonder if they're actually going to let you be able to hook up to a fucking teammate and drag him on a cable. And...
You never fucking know, man. Like, people are going to analyze the fuck out of this because that's what I'm doing. I'm like, all right, what are you hinting at in this trailer? Because you motherfuckers don't do this shit for no fucking reason. There's something.
Yeah.
You're doing something here, and it could just be us speculating, which is, you know, part of the fun, I guess.
Yeah, and like, I bet you there's people that have already analyzed this video to the point where they're like, hey, that gun's not in the game yet, so that means that gun's going to be in the game. You know, like that exact variant of the AK or whatever. Or that muzzle brake isn't in the game yet.
You know, I thought about doing that, but I'm just like, I don't fucking have the time to sit here and nitpick every fucking frame and go frame. Oh yeah, frame.
All right, guys. So Tapco makes that butt stock for the AK, by the way, and it was Tapco released it on this day and age, and so this is how it fits into the economy of this game, that a soldier would be using this Tapco butt stock, and
it's Tapco. It's not anyway.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah. Well, they make some alright stuff.
I mean, I understand the feeding issue with Tapco. Like, my Tapco mags I had feeding issues. I mean, they were fucking durable as shit. You could beat the fuck out of them, but, you know, again, they didn't feed right for my platform. My experience.
Yeah. I never tried aftermarket mags. I always stick with snag mags. But
I always went with Magpul. Always.
I got annoyed with people stealing my shit. So
apparently the whole Marine
I stopped buying things.
mags, so there must be something with them. So
All right. Fuck yeah. Boom. That'd be nice.
Them 2020 changes. Well, now. No.
Which was it? Which mags was it that had a problem with sand? Was it PMags, the early PMags?
All magazines, but
yeah, all mag. Well, one of them had like an even worse problem. I'm trying to remember what they were. No. It was the different colored Stenag mags you got. One of them was a little more gritty. That's what it was. I think it was the tan ones.
The tan, the fucking.
The tan? Yeah, I think it might have been the tan. Yeah.
Off center. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Because that's what we got issued for IARs. Yeah. So.
Yeah. All right. We're not even talking about EFT anymore.
It's related.
Yeah. No, I got you. But that's what we love about this game, by the way. It's because we sit here because it's so realistic, and we're like, fucking blah, 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 this, and this, and that, and that. But anyway, I'm excited for more information as to what they mean by this. And I think they had a little thing that they're like, hey, this next day we're gonna release more, right?
It said episode 1, so.
Yeah, episode 1. So.
It wasn't just
Fuck
like
yeah.
a production; it was episode 1. So I'm like, oh, okay, there's gonna be more.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm stoked. What the fuck? Twitch fails? All right,
Okay,
so
well, there's
recommended,
more
thank
ass,
you.
and there's tits, and then there's all right, well, it's put a fucking nail in the episode, dude. This is gonna be like fucking TG number fucking whatever the fuck with
Yeah. I thought I had autoplay off, but
and then Pink comes in at just the right moment.
in 13 fucking months with Pink's goddamn sub. Thank you very much. Holy shit! Yeah. It is off, right? No, it turned itself back on. That's fucking awesome. I turned it off for that reason, because YouTube loves to just recommend random shit. But anyway.
Oh, hey, right.
All right.
The next subject.
Yeah.
Well, bam.
Excited for more EFT. And this was yesterday. Yesterday, Borderlands 3 had their huge fucking reveal that it is actually Borderlands 3.
That reveal, the initial part of it, man, that was, I don't know if that was intentional or what the fuck ever, but yeah, that was
Yeah, right. A lot of people were saying that.
a little bit of sweaty moments there.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying like this is on purpose, so that when they finally show it right, it looks good. But
I mean, it's a Borderlands 3, man. It doesn't matter how they fucking show it. People are gonna be hyped for it.
I mean, and I'm gonna buy that board game that they released too, the Tiny Tina's Tea Party or whatever. I'm gonna buy that. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that shit too. But yeah, so confirmed, guys. Borderlands 3, and they said that they wouldn't announce it until the same year that they're gonna release it. So if they're staying true to their word, it's gonna come out this year.
Yep.
We don't have a date yet.
Probably
but,
Q4. Wouldn't be surprised, but
so we got another siren we can play as here. That's one of the characters. Another one is like this little short girl. She looks like Tank Girl. She reminds me of Tank Girl. And then some robot guy, and then another dude with like a robot arm or something. Yeah, and one of the bad guys is a siren too. So
Yeah.
that's cool. There can only be 6 in existence. Lilith, Maya, the one chick that was the lady that talked to you. Turned out the second one was Jack's daughter or whatever. And now we've got the bad guy. One of the bad guys is a siren, and then one of the players you can play as in 3. One of the characters you played as in pre-sequel wasn't a siren. No. Yeah.
I didn't play
No.
pre-sequel.
It was meh. It was an alright game. It's like Dark Souls 2 is the meh out of the Dark Souls, but it's still worth playing.
I don't know.
I'm stoked, man.
I do another playthrough of Borderlands 2 again, just for shits.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah, they're also remastering the first one, so.
Well, I played the
Yeah.
first one on Xbox, so I mean that might be the incentive for me to get it on PC again and do a remastered playthrough. Why the fuck not? But
Yeah, they're adding mini map. They're also gonna add actual skins, so like different heads and stuff that you can get. There'll probably be some other little menial changes they're doing, and they're releasing it. I don't know if you have to. Do you have to pay for it?
yeah, I don't know if that's a separate thing or if they're gonna do like they did with
Yeah.
fucking Skyrim, or I don't have information on that.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I know they said that the whole VR, all the DLCs are gonna be free though. for VR that they're working on.
VR. Something I need to
Yeah,
get
I mean, I don't want to play VR games now, but I mean, it's cool that they're doing it for free though. They're like all the DLCs will be free, and we're working on them. But fuck yeah, Borderlands, guys, over 1 billion fucking guns.
Flippity doo billion.
Yeah,
Or if there's gonna be an
I'm
ass gun
stoked.
in there.
an ass gun shoots booties,
Yeah.
or it farts or something. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome game though. I hope.
Well, then I guess
Probably
I'll
will
get
be.
Borderlands 1 for PC and fucking do it.
Yep. I think Borderlands is one of the few games that I've bought. Like, I have all of them on Xbox and all of them on PC, and have bought other people Borderlands as well. It's one of the few games I've done that with.
Yeah, I think another playthrough's in order. Why not?
If you own the first Borderlands on PC, you get the remaster for free. Okay.
Well,
All right.
there you
Fuck
have it.
yeah.
There you
Boom.
have it.
Boom. Hell yeah. Awesome. So that's, I mean, that's about all we know so far. All right. So, now we're going to talk about the games that Justin played. That's our transition.
You always want me to go first. That's alright, I'll pave the way. It's all good.
So, Justin's been playing SWAT. Fuck, it's loud as shit. God, mother. Okay, sorry. It wasn't muted. God, my ears. These Sennheisers are so goddamn loud if I'm not careful. But anyway.
Well, yeah, they're good shit, right?
Yeah.
So SWAT 4 is one of those SWAT 4 is one of those,
Swerfer.
SWAT 4 is one of those fucking games one of those tactical games I never fucking played and never fucking delved into, and then finally I got hooked up with it, and it fucking, wow, talk about a fucking a mindset change, dude. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. It's starting to get real frustrating at the later ends where I'm starting to see limitation of the AI, but which, brings its own little set of chuckles because of, certain events. But it's definitely a change from your typical mantra of, tactical shooter, of ROE changes of things where, going balls to the wall and fucking hotting every fool you fucking see versus, you're playing a domestic SWAT officer who has to adhere to, that rule set. So I can't really praise the game enough. It's fucking cheap as shit right now, and it has some very, very advanced mechanics that I would like to see games further implement.
Like voice commands?
Voice commands were fucking, that's just fucking cool shit with the AI. Now, the AI pisses me off quite a bit, like what you're seeing here, with little issues and stuff. I have to kind of prod them along a little bit, but at the same time, I mean, it's, if you're into that stuff, it's definitely well worth your fucking time. It's an amazing fucking game. If you're into something completely is fucking different. Some of the things that they do kind of makes me, aggravated a little bit with certain, like, use of deadly force. Of course, use of deadly force is going to irritate me because I'm me. But,
Yeah. Does it start off with like a briefing and all that stuff?
not really at all. Nope.
Okay.
You just kind of figure it out as you go. So, at first I thought headshots were a problem because apparently that's an authorized use of deadly force. But if I tell a motherfucker to get down enough times and I headshot him because he's pointing at a hostage or whatever, apparently that's okay. I don't know. It's hard to figure out. So it's like it's kind of a constantly evolving learning mechanic, and of course I try to be a perfectionist at it. So it's just one of those games, man. And it definitely starts to ramp up in difficulty as you progress because the areas to clear get more obtuse and bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's different avenues of approach to cover and everything else, and it definitely engages your fucking brain housing group, that's for sure. So well worth your time if you're into the tactical genre, that's for sure. If you definitely want something that's even different in the tactical genre versus this typical run of the mill, it'll definitely give you a different sort of fix, that's for sure.
Yeah, which is good.
Yep.
More games that fill niches, not try to appeal to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Which is good. We need more games like that. Where, like, you play it and you're like, it's not for me, and I'm like, I can totally see why it's, it wouldn't be for some people. Versus like, the problem is this game tries to appeal to everyone, so it's kind of like, nah.
Yeah.
Uh,
If you do that and appeal to, you'll have a cult following anyway. It still has a cult following to this day, which is because of the way it's structured. So
it's good.
Boom.
Yeah, it does kind of bug me that people don't fucking listen to you though. Yeah, like get the fuck down. Get the fuck down!
Well, then they just get a punch to a face.
Yeah. And then they when they're cuffed and they do the little glitch thing where they get back up momentarily.
Yeah, that set me off. I'm like, you already got me fucking on edge with that twitchiness, and now all of a sudden you fucking have them do that shit. Like that bug's gonna get motherfuckers hotted, and then I'm gonna get unauthorized use of force because they're supposed to be flex cuffed, but they're bugging out. So they're standing up, so I want to shoot them.
Yeah.
So it just makes me seem like it's a game mechanic sometimes. I'm just like, nah, don't do that to me. So it'll definitely get you firing all cylinders, I'll tell you that.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I would recommend it. And if you want it, disclaimer, if you're actually interested in it, let me know, and I have a way to, I'll get it to you. Okay, nice little package deal, like all zipped up and stuff. So.
Ooh, all zipped up. That's nice.
Don't worry about fucking, doing whatever you got to do or scouring it. If you want to try it, I'll hook you up. So.
Fuck yeah.
Because I got hooked up, so I'll pay it forward.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Now I have to try it.
All right. Well, then I'll send you the files after this is over. So.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's really fun to watch. Like when I've watched this, I'm like, fuck, man, it's so complicated. There's so many different ways you could approach every single little tiny problem, because it's just, CQB shit is just crazy.
Yep. And then it gets more methodical. Like you got elevation to consider. You got fucking multiple avenues. You got office buildings. You've got doorways. You got long hallways with open multiple doors. You got L shapes. You got T shapes. All the textbook fucking terms and everything else. So,
yeah, the AI will call out short room too, right?
Well, I will.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
They might, but
we need more games to get into that, man. It's 2019. By this point, we could have a game that perfectly recognizes everything you verbalize. For all this shit.
Well,
totally could.
I told you, indie studios are the ones that are innovating. So, AAA studios are still playing it safe, and that's why there's all these closures and people laying off people and shit like that because people are tired of it.
Yeah.
So
no longer the company that we used to love. It's this new
told you
whatever.
So
yeah.
Fuck you guys, dig your own hole. So.
But they're making tons of money anyway.
That's fine. Whatever. Not my money though. You're safe now. Talk, this is entry. Civilian secured and ready to evacuate. I love the, sit the fuck down, there's police! Police! Get out, please! All right, suspect is neutralized. Like he says it over the radio, suspect is neutralized.
Yeah. Fucking good shit, dude. It's good shit. I just gotta make sure that I'm firing all cylinders before I fire up, because I fired up tired one time, and I was just like, all right, I can't do this right now. So
yeah, it's a lot of shit. A lot of stuff. Hell yeah. So these are the same guys that made this or making Ready or Not, or they're inspired by it?
The guys who made the mod SWAT Elite Force, which is what I'm also playing, were pushed into Ready or Not's fucking dev team. So.
All right. Hell yeah.
They are utilizing that.
Boom.
So. This is the SWAT. There's a SWAT, some sort of DLC, some sort of syndicate that I got acquired, and then they have the Elite Force mod, which a lot of that carries over into Ready or Not because again, yeah, they pulled the guys from that mod team to work on Ready or Not, so you'll see a lot of crossovers.
Hell yeah!
So yes,
that's
indeed.
Cool. Super cool. Super cool. Do you have anything else about this you wanted to talk about?
It'll sell itself. Really don't have to.
Yeah.
It's just, people that want to tap into that market, we'll tap into it.
Yeah. Yeah, again, more games need to fill small niches like this. Where you have to like learn how the game works in a good way. Not in a, this is stupid. How do you want me to do this? Oh, because everybody's stupid and I'm overthinking it. Okay. Because I want a game to challenge my intelligence and I have to keep dumbing myself down to do things. But anyway.
Arma 3, Nate.
Yeah.
I gave you more than you wanted with that one.
Fuck! No, this is real, Nate. It's real. When you get off game, that's the game.
You get off game and you're so pissed off at what occurred in game. I gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. Motherfucker. Speaking of Arma, let's segue though.
That's a good segue.
I probably don't want to show the Zeus.
No, you don't. That'll tap into you.
I'll probably just pull up your YouTube. That's probably the best structured way.
Okay, fine.
No, that's TG.
Yeah, go subscribe. Go subscribe right now.
Go subscribe, TG, man. Go fucking do it right now. Actually, down in my info, the top one says Talking Guns. And that goes to our YouTube.
I don't have fucking. I need to get one.
Yeah. I mean, you're good. Oh, shit, man.
I gotta fucking get one.
Shit. All right, so this is this assault on San Pellegrino. I'm just gonna jump to a random bit here, doing things and stuff. Yeah. I was not present for this one, but
I do all the Zeus things, so it's not as sexy. You'll just see, a lot of the back end stuff that goes into facilitating stuff. So my perspective is not as sexy as being in the fucking shit, but you get to see all the machinations behind everything, and I'll discuss what's going on and stuff like that to kind of facilitate like the game master role. So the other part is, did I ever put that bell on Dante? No, but we might do that later. The role really is from the perspective of the players. So if people want to see like the overarching view, then that's where my viewpoint comes into play. But the real meat and potatoes of the thing is seeing it from a player's perspective and seeing how they interact and how they respond to things and everything else. So that's where the real ticket is. By the way, I found out there's some actual fucking mechanics in Achilles I can start utilizing, especially for your support by fire positions, Nate. There's actually a suppression mechanic, so I'm going to start utilizing that now.
Fuck yeah.
As opposed to them like fucking pushing forward, I'm just like, no, click, suppress, done. So, yay! Yeah. They can actually be an effective SBF now. Plus, they have the training for it. So, I'm gonna let you go on. That's what I want to hear. Is it this way? No, it's this way.
Yeah, this way. So, boys and girls of all ages and whatever's in between, Arma's some crazy shit as a base. It's a crazy game. On top of this, as we've talked about before in our last episode about what's going on with this current server opsness, is we're an SF team coming here to be force multipliers to kill or capture the dictator Ernesto and his two sons, whatever the fuck their names were. I've got it written down on my notes for Arma, but we can't just go there and kill those guys. So we got to help establish good relations with the rebels, and also help and train them to take over the island themselves. And in the future, there's going to be a lot more, because this is like, it's like D&D, but military and on Arma, and like Justin's the DM. That's pretty much what it is. Every now and then we actually have to roll a d20.
I'll do it.
Were you able to do that? Let's find out. But so our last, actually, let me just pull up our last op then. That would probably work from my perspective, so it doesn't show things we don't want to show. Because I want to stay blind as far as what Justin's doing in the background for Zeus. Like if he zooms out, I don't want to see like where he's got stuff elsewhere and so on, and what he normally does to control.
Right.
But
much more cinematic from this fucking perspective.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably go to before this. So we had got intel that this asshole inspector guy was in Estrella It was a small fishing town to the northeast of Arcadia, which is the rebel home place, whatever the main place. And also, well, that we needed to capture him, and also we needed the fishing town so we can get food for the locals, because the bad guys keep taking their fucking food. Like, they go and raid villages a lot and take their food. So everybody's starving and stuff. So Raven 6 led it, which is Dave Valley. You'll see him on ZFG Nation and all that. He led it, and we set up so that pretty much we all got splintered into pretty much squad leaders over the rebels, which is cool. That worked out really cool. We were all like the commanders of that. Like Fateless led an assault team, Dull led an assault team, I led support by fire. Who else did we have with us? Clank and Hammer 9, which is Guido. They led the security team, security element up the road. And like, this is what we used to do, you know, without the being actual SF guys and fucking taking rebels and stuff. But I mean, like when I was in Afghanistan, I was working with ANA to help them take back over their places and show them like how to be like soldiers, keep stability, how to fight and stuff like that. So it's cool to be able to do it here and get back into it, because some of us can't do that anymore. Justin's talked about that before, is that he's providing a place where some of us that have gotten out, or those of us that are looking to get in and want to, you know, get your boots dirty with kind of what you'd be doing, stuff like that, and learn. So it's great to be able to do that, get back in a little bit, even if it isn't a video game. But you know, be able to get back into that, and it makes me miss it. Most of it, well, not this campaign entirely. It doesn't make me miss the army, but because it can get pretty like anger inducing, like Justin was talking about. But it's getting better. We're honing in. We're sanding down all the rough edges for how this needs to play out. We're working all that out, and that's like when we're actually going and doing ops and fucking like just on patrol or whatever the hell they're doing. That's what makes me miss the army. And I'm like, man, this is what I enjoyed, was, you know, training to get better, and then, you know, going and like fucking slaying bad guys and that shit. And that's what we did all the time. It was awesome, and I miss it. But anyway, yeah. So this mission, so we're sitting here planning out. Dave's busting everything out here. You guys can go check out the video on his. We haven't put it up there yet, right?
No.
But you guys can check him out on Cobra 493. And he'll be pushing that out once it's edited, so you guys can see the finished product there. I'd recommend that over just going to go look at my VOD, but you can.
No,
and if you guys want to see it from his perspective,
because
yeah,
like I said, it's a much more cinematic view from that. So I mean, it's definitely. I like watching it because I get to see from your fucking perspectives and stuff. I'm just like, so.
I'm sitting here playing DM. Look how much fun you're having. Goddamn.
It's fun for me.
Yeah. Let's see here. Us getting ready to push out. We did our latest recon here.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we're setting up, dumping dudes. And this is where I figured out that they have fucking body armor, and 7.62 does not go right through body armor. So I'm having to dump like 4 rounds into people. And I'm like, fuck! Good thing I brought, like 15 extra mags. But anyway. But yeah. It's fun trying to learn how to iron out all these, like how to communicate to these rebel guys and get like, so it works out like in an RP setting, but it works out with like trying to let Justin know like, hey, the AI is kind of fucking up or whatever, you know, like whatever is going on there. And really this was like, this turned into a huge assault. Like I had 2 squads and 2 APCs, and I was squad lead of them, trying to get like the fire team set up. I mean, it didn't go out perfectly, but you know, really, I shouldn't be slinging too many rounds downrange being a squad leader. I should be trying to get everybody else to do it. But, yeah. Thank you guys for the biddies. Fucking hey. Thank you kindly.
Boom. I'm trying to figure out what Dirk was asking, because he's like, will the Twitch squad feature something Arma RP will be using? I'm trying to.
Oh, the Twitch squad feature. If we'll use it for. Okay. It's only on partners right now.
Yep.
So it would be perfect, because it even works on mobile. You can just switch between them by doing this.
Yeah, I would like nothing more than be able to fucking do that, because that would definitely iron out quite a few fucking things on playthroughs.
Good thing I don't run song requests then. Don't give him any information. Man, goddamn! Last night in your stream.
That was a good.
That was last. Yeah, that was last night.
That was good.
That was last night. Yeah, yeah. Oh, we already talked about
Yeah,
EFT
we covered the EFT.
earlier in the episode. Yeah, yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, yeah. Lots more to come with Arma, and it's just gonna get better and more in depth. And I'm excited. I'm going to try to remember your guys' questions. So when we get to the question bit, we can get like whatever it is. If you guys do have, I need to set up a thing so you guys can submit them as we're going or whatever. If you have any beforehand that we can do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to I want to get to everybody's fuck. So please ask questions. Please ask questions. And I mean, I'm trying
Yeah.
to, I will try to articulate them without fucking up the flow at the same time. So
Yeah. Which is what one reason why I really love the whole talking guns thing is so that like when we're playing the games, we can't always like get super in depth about talking about all of it. I mean, sometimes we can, but like when we're doing Arma, it's like we need to be fucking focused on Arma. So this is a place that we can like sit down and answer those questions that you guys had. Like, hey, so what are you guys thinking about this and this that we couldn't get to or as in depth because we need to get in the mission or what have you. But yeah. Hell yeah. More to come. It doesn't show it in stream, but he just got timed out for 30 seconds. But anyway. Oops. Yeah. Do you have anything else about Arma?
no,
This is going to be an ongoing thing, so not really. Yeah, okay. So, let's see here. Arma, fucking awesome. There's going to be more. Go fucking follow ZFG Nation. Sub if you want to hop on their shit, or just sub to them, period. Because they're the ones making this server possible, and Justin's the one making all of it possible. That it's not just us playing against some mission shit, like AI just being stupid AI because they just react to contact. They don't think like humans. So he's sitting there like he's playing an RTS against us within DM realm. And all that, so that it's way more real. And I was telling Justin, I was talking to an army buddy the other day that loves Arma, and I was explaining what we've been doing. He's like, "Dude, that's like this was literally his tone through the entire thing. Was like, that's awesome, man. God, what?" And then I tell him some more, like, "Yeah, we're doing this." He's like, "What? God, man." So yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
I could always use some more. If you don't know anything and you're kind of intimidated by like the whole military structure thing, I can always put you in as a greenback. That has been huge for me. I will say this: Johnny has been immense help playing as Dante. That has been a huge weight off my shoulders. Like,
what's funny is like his personality like perfectly matches most of the fucking terps I ran into. Like where he's like, "Hey, what's up? What's going on?"
Yeah. It kind of injects that fucking I don't know. It's been good to have that, to kind of like have somebody facilitate that role so I can kind of go back to focusing on what I really need to focus on, which is op 4 maneuvering versus all the greeny shit. So, having actors portray that helps out a lot. Plus, it gets you guys more immersed with the green side as opposed to feel like you're talking to AI all the time.
Yeah. And now we have a human.
Now you have a human
that's
that
being
actually
greeny.
has a personality that establishes some verisimilitude with the world and the fucking group. So.
Yeah. Great A acting, too. Pretty good shit. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
He's been on both sides of the fence, so yeah, he's fucking seen both perspectives. So
he's been on both sides of the fence. We won't look into that.
Iraq in the stand, so yeah. But
oh, okay, all right, you meant that.
No,
okay.
no.
Yeah.
No, that's what I meant.
I got you. Yeah, I really like him. Good dude. All right, so you have a fuck ton of games that we need to get through. You played a shit ton of stuff in the last 2 weeks that we had.
We can rapid fire this as fast. I'll make.
Okay. Let's come back. Last TG was on March 6th, which was what 26 days ago, I think,
Almost
or
a
25 or 24.
month.
Yeah.
Long time.
It's Boom, Insurgency, Arma, Division. We'll get into Division in a moment because that's gonna be a both of us thing. Now that we've been playing a fuck ton of it.
Already touched BL3.
SWAT. Conan.
Conan's getting a lot more attention. They're starting to get a lot more RP servers in there. We had some issues on the ZFG server to kind of get things going on, which also affected the 7 Days to Die because we don't like having our RP address IP address listed for everybody. So, Crom. Yeah, definitely a lot of improvements from this since release, and I mean, generally a blast to play. We start getting more people populated in there. We'll do some Gucci-ness. Really. So, I mean, definitely viewed it as, one of the more cooler, I guess, or funner survival experiences, I guess, because it's more like an RPG survival experience. Plus, it's Conan. So, there you go. There's my synopsis.
Boom. Yeah, I haven't played it myself. I haven't watched a ton of it myself. And apparently, Conan is free on PS4 in April.
Boom. There you go.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I'm writing down questions that we can keep for later.
Yep.
So. Hell yeah.
Noted.
Boom.
Get to it in a minute.
Yeah. Cool. And it's co-op.
Co-op, PvP, VE. So, nice little survival game with skills and updates and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you're into that, people.
Big swinging dicks, huge titties.
There you go. Yeah, if you like
Yeah.
dicks and titties, not necessarily.
That's not the reason that you should play it, but yeah.
This is the way this episode's gonna go. Fuck it. So.
Yeah. Cool. You guys have your own server.
Yes, it is a system.
Yeah, you guys have your own server.
So, again, not to fucking overreach my fucking overstep my bounds here. But I'll cover it since Nate is segueing it. You subscribe to ZFG Nation, you get access there. We have a Conan server for this. We have a Ground Branch server. We have the Arma server you get access to. 7 Days to Die, because of security issues. We don't like security issues, and until they fix that, we took it down. So no 7 Days to Die now. We don't like having our users on the server get compromised because the game mechanics and engine and the way they handle stuff is going to compromise that experience. So we took 7 Days to Die down until further notice, due to attempted brute force entries into the IP. So we're not bringing that back up until they fix it.
That makes sense. Yeah. Sucks to hear that.
So,
but it was one of the reasons I subbed. Well,
yeah,
many other reasons.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So we made an announcement, and we don't want to compromise your guys' security. So we put out a broadcast to say, hey, what do y'all want to do with it? Everybody kind of unanimously said, well, yeah, we can take that down. So we took it down. Nothing for us to stand up. We've got plenty of server power and everything else to utilize. So the more dedicated servers that you guys want access to, that you're requesting, we can do it. There's no issue for that. So that's kind of our little thing we wanted to supply. So yes.
A lot of shit. Fucking awesome.
So.
Or the fucking tech priest. Oh my god, man. I want more Warhammer games.
Yeah.
I want more Warhammer games, bro.
Warhammer games, huh?
Yeah.
Speaking of Warhammer games.
Yeah. Speaking of Warhammer games, right? I don't have any. You didn't stream it, right?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
So we don't have to.
But
talk
you
about
did play it. No, I want to hear.
Okay, so
I legitimately want to hear.
Warhammer Online, I was a big fan of it. I like Mythic games. I like the Dark Age of Camelot stuff. There's not really footage of it, but what they did was they created something called Realm of Reckoning, which Fateless Warrior turned me on to. It's basically kind of what they did with a lot of games, like with a lot of when the user base really likes it, the community will take over and they'll like create a server for it or host servers for it and keep the game going and keep patching it and stuff like that. So what they did was they created Realm of Reckoning, which is basically taking Warhammer Online and you know, keeping it afloat. So, you know, there's ways to set it up and get it set up, and yeah, I mean, it's the Warhammer Online I remember. So I was like, wow. And then you get like, they have little tweaks, like you get a mount right at the start and stuff like that. So you can still experience Warhammer Online. I think that's fucking cool. I'm going to be playing it more. I'm going to play on Chaos side, of course. I have my little Chaos fucking character, my Chaos Marauder and stuff. So Realm of Reckoning, if you want to look into it, if you're an old Warhammer Online fan or you never got to experience it, you know, that's probably the official page. What you're
Yeah, it says refund and stuff. Yeah. Yep. What's the thing you're going
Realm
through?
Realm of Reckoning.
No, not fucking wicked.
That's Age of, maybe I'm saying it wrong. Maybe it's not Realm of Reckoning. It is Realm of Reckoning or Return of Reckoning. Excuse me. It's Return of Reckoning. Return.
Gotcha. Found it.
Milk for the cornflakes. Return of Reckoning. There you go. Return of Reckoning. Not Realm of Reckoning, Return of Reckoning. So, there you go.
Cool.
So, if you're interested, it's free client. Set up your fucking account. Go from there. You know, if you want to experience Warhammer Online for free and check it out and stuff like that. So, there's a place for you.
I want to try it out.
So
I do. I will at some point. Whenever that happens. But yeah, these fucking headphones are amazing. Thank you. Oh.
Can't go wrong with Sennheisers, man. Yeah, well, I mean, that's one more way to do it, but yeah, whatever.
They're just that soft. I like to turn the bass up when I do it too. It's one of those episodes today. Nate fucks his headset. But yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it at some point.
2257 for me real quick.
So, you also played another game that I've been meaning to try out at least a little bit. You also played a little bit of SWTOR or SWTOR.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Old Republic. I like it thus far.
Yeah,
so,
but you were on the free model, right? You're playing the free model.
I'm on the premium model.
Yeah.
So, I enjoy it. I mean, there's not that there. I mean, nowadays, I guess there's more. You know, I mean, I kind of just wanted to get my MMO fix. You know, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it with something that's story driven because I like immersion. So,
I've heard it's a fun game. Like the story's pretty decent for an MMO.
Yeah, I can't really give like an in-depth fucking review on it, you know, because again, I haven't played it enough to get fucking in-game and stuff. But what I have played, I enjoyed. I enjoyed the mechanics of dialogue options, stuff like that. It's something you normally don't experience in an MMO, which is fucking cool. Like, yeah, I would say that this and usually Guild Wars 2, or if I want to get my, you know, my MMO experience, even though Guild Wars is technically like I don't know, I guess it's considered MMO light because it's instant still, but yeah, still budding on it, still enjoying it. Haven't fired it up in a while due to other games, but it's something I have no problem playing. You know, I play as a fucking Zabrak, fucking Sith guy. I'm pretty happy about that.
I'm writing down your guys' questions so we can get to them at the end.
All your questions.
I got them.
Please ask your questions. Keep flooding with questions if you have them. We'll take them down.
Yeah, we'll get to them. Yeah.
So
we have a fuck ton of games to get to today. So we'll get it.
I'm trying to make this episode not last like 10 hours.
Yeah, I want to play this, but I think I'd have to. I would want to play the KOTOR games first before I play this, because I probably got about 50% through the first one, and it was fucking great. Doesn't matter how old it was, and I was playing it on my phone.
Yeah, I liked the first one,
and it was fucking awesome. It was like the time period it was set in was way before the movies, and this was back when fucking Wookiees were still slaves and shit, and it was just really fucking cool. Really fucking cool. You get to learn about the world. The Mandalorians were assholes. I think this was right after the Mandalorian Wars, actually. I think is when the first one takes place, if I remember correctly. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, we're talking way back. This is way back. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can play it on your phone now, by the way.
what? I don't. I just.
Yeah,
it just that still
yeah.
boggles me. Like I have no games on my phone.
I've got a fuck ton of games. For like, so instead of sitting there being like, oh, I'm bored, I'm gonna go on, if I'm ever have no internet connection and I want to sit on my phone, I can just like, all right, I'm gonna play some fucking. I've got all the Baldur's Gates on there. I've got all the ones that they have allowed for fucking Shadowrun. I've got what else? Yeah, I got the KOTORs, a couple others.
I have to beat KOTOR 2. That's the one I didn't beat, and that's made by Obsidian too, and I like Obsidian, so I think I have to beat it.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna enjoy them. It's just it's just I got a fuck ton of games playing. I know you're the same way. You got a fuck ton of games play. It's just what's it getting bumped up when.
Why I've been bouncing around, because I'm less like I'm tired of these sitting in my goddamn library. Like,
yeah,
I need to fucking smash these.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I've even gotten to the point where, like, if I have filler between games I know that are going to be bigger that I want to play that are coming out soon, then I go through and I'm like, how long to beat? I'm like, well, I've been meaning to play this. It's only 6 hours long. I can knock that out in one stream. Let me just hit it. Boom. Yeah. For example, I just recently did my first playthrough of Splinter Cell 1. No big deal. No big deal. Which I just edited all the breaks out. By the way, I mean, it had there was some things in it that got me pretty pissed. But yeah, you guys can watch the entire series. By the way, first one. I'll add them all. Boom, boom. There you go. In parts. No breaks. There you go. Boom, to boom, boom. But I mean, like, for when this game came out, no, well, we don't want to show the tutorial. The tutorial is kind of fucking annoying. I think the whole first part is the tutorial, actually. Let's just go here. Yeah, for how old the game is, I'm like, man, there's mechanics in this game that I wish were in other games. And it had its problems with some glitchiness with being spotted and stuff like that. But I mean, I've played Pandora Tomorrow years ago.
Pandora
so coming back to this one.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was a good game. Yeah, but it was hard because you got your ROE all the time, like, and it flips between missions. And I was thinking about that when you were talking about SWAT 4 is like in Splinter Cell, your ROE changes like every mission, and then mid mission it can change based on what you found out. You're like, oh shit, green light, go! I can shoot everybody. All right, cool.
I definitely liked Chaos Theory's like adaptation with the multiplayer and the co-op and stuff like that. Was revolutionary, and that it was awesome because it was running on current generation hardware at the time, and people were just like, wow, this looks really fucking good for the current generation it's running. So
yeah,
like
I mean, it doesn't look bad either.
For Chaos Theory is what I mean, but
I haven't played that one yet, but I mean to play through the series. It's gonna be one of those, like, I'm thinking what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take like older games I'm meaning to get through instead of sitting down and doing like an entire all of them back to back, because that will take like a month.
Out, dude. You will get
it's just like one here, two there. Like my next one that I'm planning to do that's a short game that I want to get back on is I'm gonna go do fucking Devil May Cry 1. I've already got it installed.
Worth it.
Worth it. Yeah. Worth it. Yeah. So I want to play 5, but I know that 5 has that recap thing in it at the beginning, but I want to play them. Even though I've been told that 2 sucks, I'm not going to skip it. I'll play it. Yeah. But I mean, it's 6 hours long. I can get through 6 hours if I don't like it. So, boom. Got it. Get it. Got it good. Hell yeah. Yeah, it was a fun game. It was cool. Makes me think. I like it. Like, how can I get through this? I would, as far as stealth games go, I still like Metal Gear Solid more, but these are still good. These are different, and they're good.
Well,
yeah. And there's not,
hard to beat Snake, dude.
Yeah, I mean, and you also don't fight guys that can fly and have bees that swarm them and stuff like that. Or
that's the fucked up part about it is I kind of like that. It's I don't know why, I just do.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's just good. It worked. Even though it was like, what the, when I first started playing, first one I played was 3, and I picked it up because I started playing Pandora Tomorrow, and I'm like, ooh, I keep hearing all this shit about Metal Gear Solid, so I wanted to try out Metal Gear Solid, and I was looking at trailers, I think, and I saw 3 looked a lot like a James Bond because of the whole intro, Snake Eater. I'm like, ooh, I love James Bond, so I picked that up.
I'm gonna admit something right now.
What's up?
I have never beaten MGS3.
Why not? Okay, that's fair.
And that's the one MGS I have not smashed through, and it bugs me every time because
That's
it's
fair.
like I want to, and I don't know.
You'd have to go get a PS3 anyway to play it right now,
because
or
I
PS2.
I did not have the hardware for it, and it's still that exclusive. So I've been wanting to. And
It hurts a lot of games, man.
in before Twisted sends me a fucking link in Discord for an emulator.
Yeah, it's possible. We know. Do we always want to use emulators though, and especially since we stream, you know? But anyway,
Yep.
I mean, I went and got a PS3 so I could play them, but which was cool that HD collection also had like Metal Gear, not just Metal Gear Solid, and that was interesting to play through. That was fun. That's what I like about going back and playing these old games, man, because I've missed so much shit. You know, like the fucking snake eating your inventory and stuff, and eating your fucking MREs and stuff.
I don't get to experience this. It's fucking killing me, dude. Like,
yeah,
I
that was
just wish
awesome.
they were like just push it out for PC, and I'll pay it. Give it to me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's the one gap of the story I'm fucking missing. I played 1,
yeah,
I played 2, and I played 4, and I played 5.
Yeah,
and I'm like, fuck.
Like if Nintendo made a legit emulator and put some of their old games on it, I would pay them money for some of these games, like to go back and play Ocarina of Time, Mask of Majora's Mask. Yeah.
NES and Sega Genesis set up. I'm gonna eventually gotta start doing some playthroughs of that shit too, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
Ah, Jesus.
So many games. So many games.
Yeah.
You haven't even tapped into my Xbox 360 collection. I haven't even tapped into my own 360 collection, dude. Fuck. I've only played about 5 of them.
The Walking Dead series I gotta play through on my Xbox One whenever I get the fucking a new TV for that. Like.
Yeah.
So.
Cough. He's. Oh. I sent you something. What? No, we'll worry about that later. I gotta whisper about being sent something. All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I would totally pay the money, especially for a lot of these old PlayStation games I didn't play either. Like, if I could go back and play Legend of Dragoon again, like, it's gonna be impossible, one, to even find a copy of Legend of Dragoon that's not super fucking expensive. And then go and get a PlayStation 1. I mean, those shit.
Legend of Dragoon, which I didn't play all the way through either. Vagrant's fucking story. I would play Final Fantasy Tactics again.
Yeah. Yeah, sealed copy of Legend of Dragoon PlayStation 1 goes for $100. Japanese version is $275.
What I really wanted to get into is like Lunar Star Story, since I never really got into it. Grandia.
Yeah, there's so many games. Like, I want to go and get into the Fire Emblems. I want to go and get into the I want to go and get into the fucking, what's the other one that's like Fire Emblem? I always get the names mixed up.
And stuff too, but you know.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, Dragon something Dragon. Fucking fuck. Fuckity fuck. There was one that I played back on PS2 that I want to go back and finish. It took me a while to find it. It was Breath of Fire. Dragon Warrior.
Breath of Fire, yep.
Which was completely different than all the other ones. I want to play through those. Dragon Quest, yeah, and they came out with a new one recently, a newer Dragon. Ah, man, so many fucking games. And I want to play
I didn't play through Lost Odyssey. I want to check that out.
Man, it just recently came out. Onimusha, I think it was Onimusha.
Onimusha.
Maybe
No, I don't have an
no?
excuse to not play Onimusha because they pushed that out on Steam and they remastered it.
Ni no Kuni. No. Ni no Kuni was the one I was thinking of, but that too. Like, I heard, like I'm not a huge anime fan, but I've heard that like some of these games are just so fucking good that it doesn't matter. Like, they're just that good.
Has nothing to do with Splinter Cell 1.
Dragon Quarter. There we go. Yeah, it's whatever.
We go on tangents for whatever the fuck we
It's about old. It's all about old games, man. That's what's fucking awesome about going back and playing these old games. Like, they're still really fun. It doesn't fucking matter, you know. Like, that's what bothers me about a lot of these newer games coming out. They're trying to like appeal to every demographic. Is that these games didn't do that? You know, these old games didn't fucking do that. They just owned their own little thing, and they just made, like, the guys just wanted to make fun games with the idea they had, and people enjoyed them or didn't enjoy them. Yeah. Oh shit, what's going on here?
I already know what's going on.
How do I even? He's in your Discord, right?
Yeah. Stop the show.
So-
gotta take care
yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah, we gotta do this right now. Whatever. Boom. All right, cool. Sorry, guys. Get that going in the background. All right, yeah. Fucking old games, awesome. Splinter Cell, I'll be playing through the rest of them. I own pretty much all of them. So, and at some point I'll get to them. I also want to get to Messenger. That was a game that was free on Twitch recently. It's a platformer, but it's fucking hilarious. You play a ninja. And like your sensei dude that you're trying to help out is like, I want you to get these magic fucking tea leaves. Turns out he just gets high as fuck, stuff like that. But it's actually a really good game.
Sounds like some
as far as a
Shadow
platform,
Warrior
and the music's amazing. Yeah, like if Shadow Warrior was like a with less profanity and sexual content, but it's still funny though, and the music's amazing, and it's a really pretty damn good platformer. When I watched it, I was like, dude, I want to play this. Fuck yeah, I want to play this. Yeah. Let's see here. Splinter Cell, boom. Boom. So, I'm gonna be brief about this, because there is more news and shit, and I have been playing it and so on, but, let's see here. No, my bad. Wrong thing. So there's more info to talk about with Anthem, because since our last one I did play, I think, a little bit more Anthem or whatever, or just news about Anthem in general. So Anthem has been progressively shooting themselves in the dick as time goes on. Since we last talked about Anthem, they have changed out the loot table, so there's like these special Elysian chests that you can only, like, you have to go and do this other stuff to get a key to even open it on these endgame boss fights to get loot. They added cosmetics to those loot boxes, but not armor sets, even though there's only like 4 period when a game that's all about your mech suits. They also fucked the gear system so that if you unequip your support item, it actually makes your gear score go fucking up through the roof and way higher. Some problem with that, and they're working on it. There's also a big problem with there was a little problem with that somebody found out that a level like 5 gun was doing more actual, like the numbers you're seeing for damage aren't true. A level 5 gun in endgame shit was doing way more damage than a endgame weapon of its variant that's at a higher level. It's just, like, it's all fucky. And then on top of that, recently they had some bug happen where your loot shows up on other people's worlds and they can pick it up. They don't take it, but it makes you take it. So like you're getting like all the junk stuff you want to ignore that's like whites and stuff. Like other people are picking them up and you're getting them anyway.
Can we
So it's like,
say that people have forgotten about Fallout 76 being bad and Anthem has taken the new king? Can we fucking like it's sitting on the
I mean,
throne
yeah. It's got its own like man, Anthem. What's like I said before in our last TG is like I feel like Anthem's like when I got all my games in a room or whatever. Anthem's sitting in the corner whipping itself, and now I've come back in the room and it hasn't eaten anything since I've been in there, and now it's like into, I don't know, burning off its private parts or something. I don't know, just like. But anyway, yeah.
I feel like 76 still has some hope potentially, and Anthem's just
Yeah,
like,
they do have a roadmap
I'm
with a ton
gonna
of
take
stuff.
the attention off you now. I'm gonna go ahead and take the new
Yeah,
king
right.
of, like,
Yeah.
you know, pegging myself.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, BioWare. Oh, thank you. Maybe people will enjoy us a little bit more because they have you to compare us to now. Thank you. But yeah. God damn. Yeah, Anthem is definitely that little kid that keeps pulling on his privates and you keep telling him to stop. Like, why are you doing that? Stop it! It hurts! Well, stop fucking tugging on him!
Oh. We had to go there.
But anyway. Yeah. So, yeah. More shit about Anthem and Anthem being Anthem. So. But I had to talk about Anthem anyway. So, you finally finished it, man.
Yeah.
Where is it?
back to this.
Actually, maybe we should take a break before we get into this.
I don't know, man. We just fucking
Yeah.
big tits and ass and
Yeah.
dick
Yeah.
sliders.
What's some?
and
Well,
pegging.
let's knock out some of the shorter ones before we get to fucking. I was saying Metro. You finally finished Metro. Maybe we can knock out some of these other ones first.
Alright, yeah.
And then we'll take a break and then we'll talk about that. So, you've been playing Ruiner, man.
Yeah.
Fucking
I've
Ruiner.
been, you know, again, I Black Site has been really, really fucking cool to me. So, like, I fucking appreciate those guys because they'll hook me up with all kinds of stuff. They hook me up with Ruiner because apparently they have some sort of media account with fucking Devolver, and Devolver sends them shit, so they hook me up.
Fuck yeah.
And love it. Love it. Aggravating.
Yeah.
Love it though.
Yeah.
Aggravating. I would call it a sci-fi fucking Hotline Miami. I love how much I like Hotline Miami. So, I mean, you played it, you experienced it. I'm playing it. I'm enjoying it. All aggravating.
I loved it a lot more than I thought I was going to be.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. It's like I think my favorite part is still the fucking that chick that's part of that religion or whatever that's all about like BDSM sex shit.
You must die
Yeah, right.
times before you.
Yeah, so I literally went and killed myself 50 fucking times just so she can be like, "All right, good job. I'll see you around." But I liked it. God, I don't.
Like, I'm
God, it was.
gonna embrace suffering on a
Yeah,
playthrough.
it was good shit. It's a good game.
I like
It's fun.
cyberpunk games. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, Cyberpunk. Mm-hmm.
It's stupid. I'm just gonna be frothing at the mouth the entire time. But yeah,
Brutal. Yeah, I wish I had his mask, man. God damn.
I mean,
Fucking awesome.
it would just be cool to see like everything I fucking say be made manifest. I mean, you already know I'm fucking.
Yeah, or like your
with the
thoughts.
heads,
Yeah.
But now it's just like now you
Yeah.
can see it be made manifest in text format. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, like he's got the the kill boss or like kill. What are some of his other ones?
you got-
They're
you
just-
got
they're just
CAD, you
perfect.
got, the little fucking.
Like Hello Darkness is my favorite one.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah. So, did you beat it?
No.
No,
Not yet. Getting close.
not yet.
I'm at the kill angels part, and I fucking killed the angels, I guess, and made fucking what's his nuts my bitch. So.
Okay. And how do you feel about the whole like kind of like the combat system?
Hey, hotline. I've what I noticed is as it evolves, like initially I was just like high speed all over the place, and then as I got to later levels, I had to take a little bit more of a methodical approach. There you go, perfect.
Just keep going.
Just keep going, buddy. That is now a permanent
Keep talking.
staple. Permanent staple.
No.
So, gotta go this way. Nope. I'm just gonna sit here. But yes, fucking a little bit more methodical approach. I had to be a little bit more calculated with my movements and stuff. So I couldn't just be zipping all over the place because I maxed out that fucking I don't know what the fuck it's called. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Move really, really fast. So
Yeah, your energy stuff.
yes.
Yeah, it's like there's tons of different abilities you can get into in this game and how that plays out and what you can do and all these. And I like that it naturally made me want to grab a bunch of different guns in it, like and try and like use different things that work in different ways with the combat and all that.
Yep.
I like that. Yeah.
Still definitely.
And then
partial
scrapping
achievements.
guns.
Yep.
Yeah. That was great. I'm gonna take it off your face now.
No.
Okay. Now. All right, we'll keep it there. But yeah, you get to scrap the guns to get like a chance of a better gun. On top of that, like a chance for other things like health and stuff like that. Everybody slaughtered in the area. It just made sense for like fulfilling the area and so on. Yeah. What is that? That's the guy's helmet from the game. His helmet displays like his thoughts and stuff like that because he doesn't talk. So Hello Darkness is one of them. Kill is another one. I'm not your fucking friend or something is another one of those. And I was just like, dude, I could totally be this guy. Yeah. Totally be this fucking guy. And his whole thing is just kill boss, which is why we have a command for it in here. It's kill boss. They did a great job of taking the whole idea of just like fucking slaughter, blood boner kind of thing. Yeah. Fucking awesome. God, I actually legitimately started planning out how to make one of those helmets to get a fucking bendable LCD screen and then put like a camera behind it or something so that I can, and then it'll display on the inside too so I can see through it. And I can just have different things on it. It'd be fucking sick.
Alright, I play
Fucking
with
sick.
it enough. It's getting in my head. Stop it.
All right. Yeah. That whole idea of the hello darkness. Kill boss. It's great. Fucking awesome game.
Man,
Let's see here.
give me a fucking oh, if you ever give me a Doom helmet, I'm just gonna rock that thing the entire fucking time.
I think you just got really quiet for some reason there.
Ooh, what? Huh?
Oh, there we go. We're good. That's better. All right.
Tell me it's auto-adjusting my volume. Hang on a minute.
I think it's just the proximity of the mic.
Yeah, my levels dropped. There we go. Boom.
Okay.
How's that?
Boom. Good.
Good.
All right.
And
Fuck yeah. Let's see. Castlevania. I'm playing that. I gotta spell it right though.
Castlevania Lords of Darkness is a nice little fucking treat because y'all know I like dark storylines. I always have. I guess I'm a dark individual. What the fuck can I say? All right, I grew up in the time of the 80s and 90s where anti-heroes were a big fucking thing. So naturally, it's me. So fucking I like seeing characters' journey and where he'll generally not have, I don't know, it's something about a descent into darkness and then coming out with good intention. It's just something about it, the dynamic of it, I guess, just appeals to me. I don't know, ask me why, I'm just drawn to it. Like,
Yeah.
people who should be villains that have these things, or I don't even know how to explain it to you right now.
Yeah, it
but,
just happens to line up that they do things that are kind of good, just not completely good.
So, or this guy,
Yeah.
trying to do something virtuous, but yet there's a lot of fucking dynamic to it where, he's descending into evil, so to speak, as we progress. So that's fucking cool.
Wow, they really took a lot of ideas from God of War. It doesn't matter. I'm just,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't have a problem with it. It's surprising how many things like are in God of War are in this game, which is good. More games should look at other games and be like, they did that fucking right, and that's enjoyable. We should do that too, and kind of do our own thing too.
Yeah, I mean,
Goddamn.
From what I've seen, it's safe, definitely safe to say there's a. Oh yeah, Jean-Luc Picard narrating help. Apparently that was confirmed. I didn't know. I didn't look it up, but yes, that is Jean-Luc Picard narrating. So
Fuck yeah.
that just makes it even more sweet. So
It's crazy what actors will be in fucking games.
So yeah,
And then their comments on stuff like that, like, wow, that was actually a lot harder than I thought.
that's funny.
Because you can't see me, and
When we go take a break
yeah.
now, I'm gonna go get some Earl Grey black tea.
woo!
So, but yes, I'm doing a playthrough of that, and funny part is I'll be doing a playthrough of the second one as well. So, yeah. So that's gonna happen. When I get through
Oh,
Lords
yeah.
of Darkness, and I get through Mirror of Fate because I have the DLCs for that, and then fucking Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. So, just slaughtering games wholesale, guys. Slaughtering fucking games wholesale.
Hell yeah. Making a huge dent in that goddamn backlog. Which we'll never be able to keep up with. Because then somebody gifts you a game and you're like, fuck!
That's what happens. Usually I'll get started on one thing, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, I heard you like this game. Here you go." And I'm like, "Fuck! I thank you, but fuck."
Yeah. No promises when I'll get to it, but thanks. Now it's there.
Total War Warhammer 2, man. I'm super hyped for that fucking game. I just don't have the time right now to do it.
Yeah. God, so many good games. Like I swear, like I've said many times before, isometric RPGs I could probably play for an entire fucking year. RTSs I could probably just play those for an entire fucking year to get through all of them that I want to get to. And
we are totally not
Total
complaining.
War and all that.
Keep doing it to us, guys. Drive us nuts. We like having that insanity.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, it's awesome.
It's a good problem to have.
Good fucking problem to have. Good.
Yeah, instead of like, I don't know what to play. Everything
It's
sucks.
like I got so much I can pick from. What do I pick? So.
Yeah.
Fantastic problem to have.
Even if it's stressful. But anyway.
Oh, man, I'm just like, damn, you know, if I don't feel like this, I'll just start another playthrough of this. Fuck it. So.
Yeah, I just meant from the content creator standpoint. Like, what do I play when? That's going to change in like a week. My feelings on it as a person as well for playing games and all that. Do I want to play that now? No, I don't anymore. Fuck. Yeah. All that stuff.
Oh, fair maiden.
Did you save her or did you kill her?
The mute bitch that never shuts up.
Yeah.
We need 3 more crystals, don't
Because
forget.
she speaks telepathically. I'm like, oh, what a fuck, what the irony in that? My God, I was kind of happy she. Never mind. Yeah, she got stabbed. So.
Shit. God damn. Do you have anything else that you wanted to talk about with Castlevania?
No, not really.
Okay. So, what is going on with Ghost Recon?
Okay. Got hooked up with OGR, the Island Thunder and Desert Siege. Since I put out a Twitter announcement a long time ago, and I re-announced it, and I'll say it here. I like indie devs, and I like modders. So if you, and I'm sure Nade's the same way, if you have a project you're working on, I get a major hard-on for creation. And I like being able to test things and look at things and give my input on things and stuff like that. So that apparently reached some people, and they were like, "Hey, you know, I've been working on a Ghost Recon mod, and it's Whacker John or Jack from GB Discord. I didn't know he even modded original Ghost Recon, but like they're still modding it to this day. And he's like, I'm working on this fucking mod. You want to check it out? So, we fucking went into that, checked it out, played it on stream, liked a lot of the changes, liked all that stuff, and just stuff like that. I like that stuff. I like being able to test people's creations and give my feedback and stuff like that. And he took it to heart and everything else. What he recently has done was he asked me about a marine element and what they would wear and how this, that, and the other, and added a little. So what he did is he created a skin for me, using the uniform specifications I wanted and everything else. And what he didn't tell me he added, which he later pointed out, was he added a patch to the uniform which has my YouTube logo on it. My Cobra 493 YouTube logo is actually a patch in the game now. So I'm like, this motherfucker. So I plan on doing some more of that. I want to do some co-op stuff with it. So if you guys have, Ghost Recon or Island Thunder and stuff like that, and you want to download the mod pack and do a co-op stuff with me, cool. So Nate, so
I have it. I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, that was pretty fucking nifty of him to do that shit. So I like doing that. I do mod showcases for Fat Marrow, who works in Unreal Engine editor to design maps specifically for Ground Branch, and he was kind enough to send me downloadable links for his information to showcase off his maps. So basically that's kind of where Ghost Recon comes into play, is people are still modding it, so I'm playing it and basically kind of helping further the mod process. So it's cool for me because I really dig that shit. I really dig that shit. So, I mean, I almost want to. I'm waiting for Neverwinter Nights 2 remaster, so y'all can kiss my life goodbye, and I can just go to the Aurora engine and just design modules like I did back in when I was in my early 20s, because that sucked up my life. So yeah, or I could just learn Unreal Engine 4. You know, why not? It's free. So.
God, man, I remember playing the first Ghost Recon. Like when I got my first job. First thing I bought was an OG Xbox. That was one of the games I bought. And it was just fucking sick to have like teams you could move, you know? Like go on the map, like, all right, you guys go over here, and then like switch between teams. Like, all right, they've got security over here. Now I'm gonna fucking move these guys up. And move. Oh shit, we got a tank. Well, this is my AT asset. I need to get him up. You know, it's fucking awesome.
It's definitely different playing it now that I've got the experience I do versus when I played it when I didn't have shit. It's just seeing how your brain elevates to a different fucking level of thinking now is definitely.
Yeah.
So.
More games like this, please.
Yeah. They're coming back. That's the exciting part with Ready or Not and everything else. They're coming back.
Good.
You know, with the modifications and enhancements that it age well, I mean, it's.
What could be done could be fucking amazing for gamers like us. There's just not a lot doing it.
Still niche, or you know, it got casualized.
Yeah.
Which, fuck that.
I bet there's quite a few out there that just don't get funding.
Yeah. Well, you know, independent developers are rising, so fuck it. So.
Fuck yeah. God, it's bringing me back. It's cool. Cool. All right. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Nope.
Let's see here. All right. So we've got Division 2 to talk about, Metro Exodus, and Sekiro. But we're going to take a break before we do that. Then we'll get to your questions. All the questions you guys have been asking, I've been writing down so that we don't disrupt the flow of the conversation.
That's going to be big ones, too, with all the gaming news and everything else. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's going to lead into a potential heated discussion. That's okay, though.
Yeah. But yeah. So, guys, we're going to put on some tunes for you. We'll be back momentarily. What? It's usually about 5 minutes. Nothing crazy.
It'll work.
Yeah. So we will see you guys in a moment. Welcome back, guys.
There's my fucking cup.
Whoop. Fuck you, chair. Welcome back. Man, you scarfed that.
Typical Justin.
One moment. Oh, all right, I'm good. Fucking Kirby did. No, I get you. I do the same thing. What do you have? Hell yeah. Well, let's see here. We've got Sekiro. Might as well bang out Sekiro now. So, I haven't beaten it yet. But Sekiro is fucking frustrating. Took me a little bit to get through it and get past that, because it's got some mechanic choices in it that are fucking annoying. For example, you know, it's a FromSoft game. Awesome, we're all stoked and all that, but they implemented this mechanic where every time you die, you build up an invisible meter that starts making people sick, NPCs, so that can lock you out of merchants, that can lock you out of side quests until you cure them. And I mean, it's a FromSoft game, but it's completely different as far as the combat, so it makes it really fucking hard to not screw yourself over by locking yourself out of side quests, because you get people sick because you fucking suck at the game, you know, like you gotta get used to it. And granted, you do get quite a few cures for it, and it's not that big of a deal. Once you get the hang of the game, it's not too bad. But I mean, as like a first user experience or customer experience or whatever. It's like, man, why are you like saying like, I mean, I literally feel like I want to make a little fucking comic that's like the main character coming back to the main area like you usually do in Dark Souls games. You have where the Firekeeper is and all that. And they're like literally coughing up fucking blood. And they're like, why do you suck? Get good. I'm dying, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry. It's a hard game, okay? Fuck. You know, ah. God. Also, so that I like what they're trying to do with the combat. So there's a lot more verticalities you can see because you're using your grappling hook and stuff. I don't know how you feel about spoilers for this. Like basic mechanics, don't mind. Are you gonna be playing it or okay?
Not for a while.
So I'd still recommend the game because once I figured it out, it's still really fucking fun because it is a FromSoft game. And what they did with it to make it so different is you do have this verticality. You've got fucking stealth attacks that you can do that you can use to your advantage. But it basically came down to like I was figuring out how the game wanted me to play it, and I don't normally like to block in games, but the whole game is about like how the old kung fu movies are with combat, and it gives you that feeling of like it's more about like when two expert swordsmen actually clash, it's more about them trying to like beat through each other's defenses, and while they're figuring that out, they're also doing like feints and shit. So it gets pretty complicated and in depth when you're having these fights where it's more about the parrying and countering and deflecting blows and jumps and using the environment to do backflips and shit and hopping over enemies and all this crazy cool stuff. That it's more about building up a poise meter that you break their poise and then execute them to finish it and then move on to the next guy and stuff like that. Like that's cool and all, but at first I was like, God, because it's not a perfect game. So sometimes the execution thing doesn't click when you try to get it, and it can be extremely frustrating because you make a call in a group of enemies to use because you get iframes during the execution and you're pulling that guy out of the fight. But it doesn't do it, so you just keep swinging because it's the same button as the attack button, and then you get fucked because it didn't work. And it's stuff like that where I just get so fucking frustrated with this game. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Stupid! Or, you know, the whole tracking enemies, like enemies tracking on their attacks is ridiculous. It's still a thing in this game. Which is fine, you know, it's just annoying when you're fighting a dude that can almost pretty much one-shot you. And he does like a jump kick in the air. And as he does it, like you run around him because you're locked on, and his body tracks you as he's kicking in the air and stuff like that. And it's just like, that's fucking bullshit. Bullshit, you know, shouldn't be able to do that. It doesn't always do it, to be fair. They don't always track like that, but they do sometimes. And then you have to start all over again in the fight, you know, because you died or whatever. But on top of dying, you also just made somebody else sick because you fucking suck. So it's a cool idea that the power you've been given to come back to life has a consequence that it sucks life out of the world to bring you back. So that's why people get sick, basically. And I was talking to Doc about it, and he was like explaining it kind of like that game Valley I played, where you're like, to bring yourself back, you're sucking energy out of the world and you're killing trees and stuff. So it's a cool idea that like there's a consequence to you having this power, which is why you're trying to stop anybody else from getting this power. So it's an interesting motivation there that like, you know, somebody evil wouldn't give a shit about that. If they could just have the power of immortality, they would, you know, make the entire world sick just to further their goals, which is cool. But so you can't really play it like a FromSoft, like a Dark Souls game. You can't play it that way because of that combat mechanic. There's no more stamina. You don't get multiple like melee weapons as your primary. You can upgrade how much damage you do and stuff like that through the game, and it was really frustrating before I knew that because I was sitting here thinking like, this is a perfect opportunity for you to throw in like, I could use like, you know, all these fucking Japanese weapons that are really, really cool without having to worry about upgrading my weapons because I upgrade myself, period, to do more damage. So I wouldn't be like, you know, like when you're playing Dark Souls and you're 3/4 of the way through and you get some cool weapon and you're like, but I'm not making a dex build. So it would be pointless for me to try out this weapon because it's barely going to do any damage, you know? And that would be perfect for like trying out different things as you go through the game, which is kind of where your little fucking shinobi arm prosthetic that you have has different things on it that you can upgrade. So it does have depth. You just have to keep playing the game to find that out. And I didn't know that there was a mechanic here that if I had the firecrackers, I could just fucking fight because he's a bull. So if you just threw down firecrackers, it would freak him the fuck out. He's like, and then you can attack him. I didn't know that. So it's, you know, just like FromSoft has things about every single boss. There really aren't a ton of, speaking of bosses, there really aren't a ton of bosses that you run into that are like the conventional sense of boss. Like there's no more fog wall that you walk into. It's an encounter that starts that you don't know, or you do know that it's about to happen, but there's no fog wall to start. It like you go in and start it, which is, and then you have the like I had once. I was on this fucking bridge, one of those covered bridges, and I was just like, oh, I'm just fucking exploring this area. All right, okay, cool. So I go into the bridge, and then a fog wall drops behind me. I'm like, fuck! God damn it! And this big dude walks out with a huge sword, and I'm like, fuck! And then I try to fight him and parry his shit, and he hits so goddamn hard. So it gives you that feeling of like I'm fucking screwed, and this is gonna be hard, and I like that. And then you get through it, and this particular fight against the Blazing Bull was annoying because I just had to keep dodging him until I get in a moment where I can cut him up a little bit. But I tried throwing oil at this fucking dude because he's on fire to see if it would spread. Didn't happen. All this other shit. But overall, once you get past some of the anger-inducing things in the game, it is really, really fun. See, like there was an example of that little red dot supposed to be execution to finish him off, and it wouldn't fucking do it, and I did 3 swings instead. And that's like, I know you're used to how Dark Souls works. Is dying is just part of it. You're just gonna fucking die. You know, it's not, there's no mercy in this game. But when it's a like bullshit mechanic thing, that's what fucking frustrates me in any game. And then when your consequences are like huge if it doesn't work out, and it's even more angry. They didn't do it again there for a couple attacks, but
unauthorized force and SWAT 4 justifications, yeah.
Yeah. yeah, that whole glitchiness and stuff like that. Like it's like, fuck, why is this counting against me or something when this is, you know, in reality it'd be like, dude, he fucking drew a gun. And he knew that we were breaching this building and all that. But yeah, so. But if you die, you're bad, right? That's what Twitch taught me. Yeah, you suck. You need to get good. And now the game's telling you to get good because you're killing NPCs because you suck. But I mean, overall, it's fun. This is a FromSoft game though, where you actually have to grind because you're gonna need like skills to unlock that you spend with your XP. You're gonna need money to buy certain things. And so, and also it helped me get used to the mechanics. I just picked an area and I just kept killing the enemies over and over again until I got good at it and I got a bunch of experience from it. And that experience bar, when you die, like die, you lose 50% of it and 50% of your money. Unless you have unseen aid happen, which is the more you die, the lower your unseen aid gets. But it's like a 12% chance, like it says there, to not take any of your money or experience. So if you're about to go up into a boss fight, you're like, okay, shit, so I'm really close to level 3 on experience, so I'm gonna go grind a bit more so I have enough to spend it, and then I'm gonna spend all my money so I don't lose it, and then I'm just gonna bang my head against this boss, is what it came down to. And initially I didn't really like the idea that like the game's gonna make me go fucking grind, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, Bloodborne made you do that with blood vials when you ran out. It was like, it's just an insult to injury kind of thing. Like, fuck, man, I'm not a robot. I can't just respond perfectly to everything when I play a game. So why are you penalizing me so much for this? But
Cox.
Yeah, Cox, exactly. Fucking Cox. Bullshit. Oh, my shirt, yeah. It's the Gamecocks of South Carolina, come on. Jeez, it's a legit sport team. God. That's my first time I ever wore that shirt because it says Cox on it. I got it as a Christmas present from the ex-in-laws. And when I got it, I was like, is this a joke? It just says Cox on it. But anyway. Yeah. So I'd still recommend the game. I don't think it's going to be my #1 favorite FromSoft game, though. I think Dark Souls 3 will still be my favorite.
Armored Core.
I could see... Well, I haven't played those because I suck. But...
So everybody thinks FromSoft, they always think Dark Souls. I instantly think Armored Core. Sorry, that's just me.
Yeah. Every time I do talk about FromSoft, somebody's like, oh, I want another Armored Core.
Gee, I wonder who that guy is.
Well, Helix does it too. So does Lark. A couple other people. Or like, no, those are fucking great. I remember, I think you showed me a bit of it, right? It was a more action-oriented mech game. Was that the one that you showed me? Where he was like,
AC4 was.
Okay. Yeah, he was like boosting towards this giant mech circle thing. Had a rings or whatever. Yeah, okay. Which looks fun.
Four answer, whichever.
So being a Souls player, Sekiro a must buy. You could wait. You don't have to get it now.
I'm waiting.
Yeah. It's good. It still hits that fucking itch. And it's like Carson Druitt made a great comment on Twitter about it because he fucking loves Dark Souls. He does tons of amazing art, Dark Souls and other shit. He does a lot of Berserk stuff too. But and he's saying like I don't get why everybody's so angry at this game. We wanted, like, the Souls fans wanted a Souls game that when you play it, it's like playing a Souls game for the first time, which is what it's doing because of the huge mechanical changes to it that you cannot play it like a Souls game. You have to learn how, like, this unrelenting, crazy hard game wants you to play. And there are moments, like, when I get into this farming circuit where I'm just fucking wrecking everybody because I figured it out and it's awesome. And then there are certain boss fights that it just, you know, just like in Dark Souls where you're just like, oh, yeah, dude. I got your moves figured out. Fuck it. This is going to be easy. It's just a matter of time now, so I whittle you down to you're fucking dead. And the finishers, oh my god, Justin, god damn. They, you know, like how Dark Souls is hard, and when you finally kill the boss, you're like, oh my god, I did it. Fuck you, bitch! So in this game, when you kill somebody, a boss at the end, you get to do an execution move on them, like every other enemy, and it's fucking sick. You just decimate them when you do. Like, I wish Dark Souls would have had that. Like, you know, if you're fighting, like, the Nameless King, and if instead of him just dying at the end, you, like, gripped his fucking face, slammed it, like some, like, God of War ending kind of shit, you know? Just like,
all right.
Do a black flip over him, shove your sword through him, and then, like, gah!
It's gonna be some Tenchu
All
vibes
that.
too, which I like.
Yeah. Fun game.
So
It's more about speed, and, there's not a lot of fights in this game that you can't just kind of, like... I mean, shit, in Dark Souls, I ran two-hander, and I could just sit there and, like, come at me, bitch. I'm gonna fucking, like, harvest you like wheat with this fucking thing. Just... and kill everything in the room. You can't do that in this game. So.
Now, I kind of go into it with the the thought process that it's not... I mean, it's from Software, and it has a Dark Souls vibe, but I don't expect it to play like it, which is...
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that's fine with me. I like that.
I didn't expect this being Dark Souls 4.
Yeah.
So.
In a lot of ways, it's better. But like, they're just different games now. So I would say, like, if you loved fucking Dark Souls, I would definitely say get it, but it's gonna be different.
You know, like I said, I get more of a Tenchu vibe when I played many Tenchus, so that's.
I have not.
It's
yeah. I
like those.
I'm assuming Tenchu also gave you the feeling of being a fucking badass that just wrecks all these peasants that pick up weapons and shit.
A lot of stealth kills and stuff like that. Stealth was kind of the high priority thing, so.
Okay.
I mean, that was the number one thing, but yeah.
I mean, when it does click and you finally get it, you feel like a fucking badass. Like, was it this stream that I killed him? It might have been this stream that I killed him. No. God, no, it wasn't this one. Was it the one before? Or was it at the beginning when I killed him? There was this dude. No, I think it was the stream before. There's this fucking... He wasn't even a boss. He was just some random guy, and I thought he was a one-armed bandit. Or one-armed shinobi or whatever, but he was so fucking hard to fight. I died so many times fighting him. And I finally figured out his moves, and I got him, and I was like, yes! Fuck yeah! You know, it was just some random side, and they do a great job of that in this game, because there's bosses, but then there's just random other dudes that are just really fucking hard. They're like world bosses almost. And he was kind of one of those. And, man, I got so pissed fighting him that I literally got a stomach ache. Had to go take some fucking Tums because he was just so damn hard. And I finally killed him. And then I go back to see if he respawned after I like reset or whatever, just like Dark Souls. And he's there again. I'm like, ah, man, fuck that. I'm not fighting this guy again. So I jump off the cliff into the water and he jumps after me, dies.
I do
Yeah,
remember
and I
that.
was like,
Remember you saying that?
motherfucker. God damn it. Oh, this is another thing I don't really like about this game. I'm explaining because I went and watched a guide on how you should play this. Is the whole deflect move, like there's parrying, which is the same button, and then deflecting is you have to hit it at the right moment.
Yep.
So the dude was like, if you're trying to figure out the enemy's moves, just keep mashing it. Just mash the counter. So quite a few times I'm fighting an enemy and I'm trying to figure out their weak point, or when I do want to do a deflect, I just sit there and mash it, and I don't really like that personally, but whatever. It's kind of game in the game. It's basically what I got from that guide. Is you got to game the game.
Know how much I like game in the game.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I mean,
Castlevania
it's
has
fun.
that mechanic too, where you can conduct a parry counter attack if you time it right and stuff like that. I'm not gonna sit there and mash it though. Not me.
Yeah. I mean, God of War had it, but I couldn't mash it because there was the time to put it back, put his shield back down. So like I couldn't so I had to time it right, which was like I'm more okay with that. Maybe in the next one they'll hone it in a little bit. It would be kind of a dick move if they did do it now, because people have already learned how to like the system for it if they fucked with it. But maybe they made it lenient on purpose in that regard because it is very different from any other Souls game. So I don't know.
Or telling.
Yeah, I mean the story's good. You like naturally have motivation for what you're doing. Your characters actually talk, like your main character is actually a character. You do get dialogue options when you talk to people, which is interesting. And then I mean I like the characters in the game too. I like how everything unfolds. Like your arm that you get, spoilers. Your arm that you get it fucking chopped off while you're trying to save the heir to the throne by this other fucking samurai dude. And this guy that carves Buddha statues.
I think that was
at a
actually
magical...
in the trailer, so I guess it's a spoiler. But
yeah, and he gives you his fucking arm so you can have it. You don't know the dude. He doesn't know you. He just has a feeling about you, and just how that all plays out about him giving you his fucking arm so that you can still kick ass, and how that all works out. It's cool, and the maps are gorgeous. The enemies are cool. I have barely scratched the surface as to what else is in this game. Apparently it's a pretty short game overall if you just kind of like blast through it, but I've seen some other people playing it when I've hosted them and stuff, and like they're in some areas that are just crazy ridiculous, fighting crazy enemies and stuff, and there's definitely moments in this game that induce fear, which is awesome. Yeah. Did you beat him? The douchebag. Yeah, I eventually beat him. Yeah. And the other guy up here I beat, and yeah, I've beaten. So far I've beaten Butterfly Lady. I've beaten the Shinobi Hunter. I've beaten the drunkard. I've beaten everybody that's all the way up until you fight the guy on the horse. I've beaten. Yeah. So it's doable. It's cool. And there are so many different areas with different mechanics that's fucking sick that like rewards you for thinking outside of the box on some things because of so many tools that you have with your Shinobi arm, one that I really like. You're like a jack of all fucking, like you're a jack of all trades with all, like, and you got to think about like what would work against this guy. I like it. Cool fucking game. But it has things that make me really angry in it. Anyway. Like giant asshole roosters that can break your parry, but anyway. Yeah, it's cool. I recommend it. Do you have any questions or anything about Sekiro?
me?
Yeah. No.
I'm just surveying. I'm kind of partially keeping it in the dark and partially not. It's just.
Yeah. I mean, you'll enjoy it. You'll probably also get pissed at some things, but whenever that day comes that you do play it, no big deal. No big deal.
Yeah, I'll just be real with you. Like even the Dark Souls series has never been like, I never had a revolutionary draw to be like, I need to get this as soon as it comes out. You know, I've never been that way with those types of games. It's always been, those types of games have always been a later down the road purchase for me. the only time I ever played a Dark Souls game when it first came out was Dark Souls 1, and I got Prepared to Die Edition, and that was after playing Demon Souls, like, because Dark Souls was coming out, so I'm like, I better play Demon Souls. So I played Demon Souls, and then fucking got into Dark Souls. So that was the only game. Every other purchase of Dark Souls has always been like months to years later. It's never been something I've ever rushed out to get day one, because I never had that desire to jump on it day one. So that's just how I am with them. I always wait.
Yeah.
So, it's never ever been a day one purchase for me, just because maybe that's just me. I always wait till some time has passed.
I mean, you said you also want to play, you want to beat Neo before you play this one anyway.
Right. So even Neo, they had a complete edition. I waited on that until like significantly dropped in price, because I just do.
From what I've heard, the way you play Neo works a lot better in this than Dark Souls anyway. So you'd probably like beat Neo and then come into this and be like, ha! And just wreck everybody. Anyway. Yeah. And no, I didn't beat that guy that you're talking about, Twisted. No, I lost in that fight. But anyway. I mean, that makes more sense, as you can get the Ultimate Edition with all the DLCs for cheaper, and then not like have to go buy the DLC, and then like, especially with games like this, when you want to like come back to it later when another DLC comes out, and then you have to pick up the way it plays again, and you're beating your head against the wall trying to figure that out again. That makes more sense. Just play them all at once. Which we still need to finish Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it. We're just going to have to fucking plan a day where it's just TG game day.
Yeah.
TG show and then TG game day.
Dark Souls 2 has been the bane of TG existence, dude. Like, fuck Divinity 1. Like, Dark Souls 2 has been like we're going to get this done, and it's been like, I don't know, since we started this in like 2016, and we still haven't done it. It's like the ever elusive.
Wow,
game.
has it really been that fucking?
Yeah.
God damn.
I was in Ohio when the fucking shit started, and I've moved 2 states since then. Still haven't finished it.
Yeah. We'll get to it. Same thing with Divinity 2.
Yeah.
It's just that Divinity 2 is such a fucking slow burn, man. I think that's a big part. It's like, do I want to sit down and... Because like I'm excited when we start playing it, but then like I start getting sleepy.
It will drain you.
It's so slow.
It will fucking drain you.
Yeah, it's a slow game. Like, I feel like I need to have some 5-hour energy on hand when we play that.
Or just take like constant like hourly fucking reset buttons.
Yeah.
Because it's a slow burn, dude. So.
We'll get to it, though. We'll get to it. It'll happen. This is that fucking asshole that tracks you when he jumps. It's bullshit. That one I legitimately got hit, but anyway. Oh, there was one fucking hilarious time where he kicked me off the edge of the map. There's another time where he threw me off the map, and I thought that was pretty cool. Like, motherfucker! He's just like, yeah. I was like, I love it when games do that. When like something big comes at you and they actually just treat you like a fucking toy. And you get thrown across the map and you're like, fuck! I fucked up!
Yeah. I think Dark Souls 3 pisses me off more than Dark Souls 2, though.
We haven't talked about Division yet. Yeah. Why would you say that Dark Souls 3 pisses you off more? I mean, it's shorter.
Maybe because the build I was playing on it. So.
Yeah. You're running Dex, right?
I was running some sort of weird fate.
No,
build.
magic and...
It don't matter. I scrubbed that whole thing anyway. If we decide to get into that, it'll be a Yumi thing with a new character anyway. So fuck it. I don't care. Scrubbing that fucking thing anyway. I got so pissed off I uninstalled it. But I mean, I have my Dex build on my Xbox that's fucking beastly. So.
Yeah.
But. Yeah.
I'd say another thing about Dark Souls 2 is that because we have to go through for both of us, that makes it take a little longer.
Yeah.
Instead of just we could have been done by now, really. We could have been, if we didn't have to do that, we would have been done by now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Sekiro. It's gonna be more of it coming up. My next game day is actually gonna be where I'm playing shit solo is Sekiro. It went from me rage quitting this game after a couple hours to like the last session I did after I figured it out. I played for like 7 hours, so I'm enjoying it. And the world's so gorgeous. It's a fucking cool world with cool enemies. I like it because it's not, it's not Dark Souls where you're just like, oh, well, I've seen this enemy type before. I know how to fight him.
It's like alternating animations.
Yeah, it's more about his yeah, you see that bar on top, the yellow bar when I'm fighting him. Most enemies, you're going for that instead. You're going for the trying to break their poise, so you can do an execution move on them instead of their health. But this guy, I had to fucking tickle him to death with my little tiny toothpick. Yeah.
High speed. I like high speed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, most enemies you cannot play it slow because it'll take fucking forever to kill them. So you have to be in there a lot. But anyway, yes, indeed. Sekiro, there'll be more in the future about Sekiro. Hell yeah. So, you finally beat it.
Shield Team 6 here.
You finally beat, where is it? Where's the Zemu place? Where is it? Oh, you also did Medal of Honor. Forgot about that.
Yeah, I did do Medal of Honor.
Fuck it.
I
I forgot to write that down.
Not much to say about it. Medal of Honor on PC. It's, good to go. That's really all,
Yeah.
It's really all I can say about that, man.
It's still good, though.
It was a $5 purchase. There you go.
Yeah. Which is nice.
Yep.
Nice. I'm going to put it in there just so if people are looking at it, they can like, oh.
MEDAL.
Oh my god, Metal! This is the 2013, I think. When it came out.
Yeah, I'll probably end up doing fucking
Yeah.
Warfighter
so.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah, this was I remember talking to you about this on stream. This game was initially banned on post. They didn't really enforce it, but I remember getting word that like, hey, you can't fucking play this. You can't go buy this game and play it for soldiers or whatever because it's too PTSD inducing. With like, this was one of the first games where you're actually fighting in the mountains of the Middle East against insurgents and caves and shit. And
I don't have a problem with the suppression mechanic. I have a problem when someone tells me to keep up a sustained rate of fire, but I have to go cyclic. So normally other people who don't know about certain rates of fire would not have an issue with that. So like half y'all have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about right now. So
yeah.
if someone says
burn my barrel.
If someone says go sustained rate, but it takes cyclic rate to have a suppression effect, then I can't go sustained rate or rapid rate. I have to go cyclic. So, all right, very well. So
that's stupid.
There's no 2 to 3 second burst or 2 to 3 round bursts in that case, or whatever. You have to go rapid. In that case, it's just it's 10 second fucking bursts. So that was my only thing. Because I literally heard him say sustained rate. So it is what it is.
What weapon system were you using when he said sustain rate? Saw. Okay.
Wait. Wait. No, it's done. Yeah.
Yeah. And a burst supposed to be die, motherfucker, die. And then 1, 2, 3. Die, motherfucker, die. 1, 2, 3. Die, motherfucker, die. 1, 2, 3. Fucking loved it, man. Oh, I miss it. Fucking miss it. Goddamn. Bam.
Delivery food.
All right, yeah. Do you have anything else about it? I played it years ago. It was I remember it being like, wow, this is like, how do we live through that? 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 That kind of thing. Did you beat it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember the end bit where they're like egressing over and over again?
Yeah.
And that whole bit, I was just like, how the fuck am I alive, dude? There's like no cover left.
Yep.
And I mean, it wasn't interesting to experience it in a game though, where you're like, Oh, you just got a fucking M60, goddamn. But yeah, like they're blowing cover away, so you're eventually just sitting behind this little tiny piece of ruin, and you're like, fuck!
That's where I was laughing, because they were just like, they fuck with it just like the real fucking shit does, because they're just like, you think your little bitch boy fucking hands can handle them, can handle fucking his weapon, and I just started laughing. So you're just like, I guess fucking Voodoo fucked up his shoulder. Just like, here, you think your little bitch boy hands can handle this weapon? So I just started laughing. It's like, I'll have Rabbit take your M60. So.
Man, it makes me want to go back and play it again. Why did they not make more? Did this game?
It didn't.
Not...
I don't know. It didn't really set well, I guess, with the general populace and everything.
I remember them initially calling, when you did PvP, they called the bad guys Taliban, I think, right? And then they had to change it to Op 4 because people got pissy about that.
Yeah, everybody gets pissy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like any other thing, like the show over there or anything else or whatever. When people get too much ingrained in reality, they kind of fucking start to go So it's naturally how it goes. You know, this was still during the time of, you know, things was still popping off. So
yeah,
you know, it's kind of the way it is.
I think it's 2013, right?
No, I don't know.
No,
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I think it's 2011. 2010, 2011.
2010.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still very much in the swing of things. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still definitely very much in the swing of things in 2010. Yeah.
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 I will say this though, I found it interesting that they didn't bother to get into any they didn't really get too much into the whole like, are we sure that's a civilian or is that an actual fucking Taliban guy that we're shooting? Or it was pretty straightforward who you're shooting. There was nothing like that in this. Then again, maybe they would have made it too real that all these guys are farmers. They just pick up guns to come fucking kill you. Anyway.
Don't want to ask my opinion on that.
Yeah. All right. So we got that covered. Metro fucking Exodus. You finally beat it. Where is it? Where is it? Show me. I want to fucking see it. Where the fuck is Metro? Where is it?
Right way back here, dude.
Metro fucking X. Still my game of the year. Nothing's beat it yet.
Pretty fucking good. Not gonna lie. Pretty fucking good.
Oh, you actually talked to these guys? Okay.
Yeah. I was talking to him before I stabbed him in the face.
Yeah. I didn't give him that opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them.
At that part, you know, like when those dudes drop down from the tree at the start. Like the guy, like you wake up. That bitch wakes you up.
It's because that guy was he wasn't necessarily inherently evil or anything like that. He was just part of the community, so I didn't stab him. So I was just listening because I stumbled upon him. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I tried, but I think a couple people in chat got a little angry at me at that part because as soon as those guys dropped down, like, dude, they had an ambush set up, and I fucking reacted as soon as they started.
You reacted.
So I just started.
I didn't react initially. I waited, but I was just like,
yeah.
I wanted to. I was just like, I'll draw and see what happens.
Yeah, I should have, but I stuck to my initial reaction and I fucking murked them all.
Well, you know.
And then after that bit, when you get caught in the netting, and those guys are like, "Oh, the teacher and stuff," and then the bear attacks. And then after that, I was like, all right, I'm going to try to talk to these guys legit. And I walked up to a dude and he attacked me. I was like, okay, I'm just murdering all of you. Fuck it. And I killed them all. And then apparently that fucked up some things.
Who cares?
But, you know, why are you going to... Yeah. Why are you going to hold it against me when a bunch of people want to attack me and I fucking kill every single last one of them? Except for the women and children because I couldn't get to them. I could hear them crying, but I couldn't get to them. That legitimately happened. I'm like, where the fuck are they? I can hear them. But anyway. Yeah. Dark side.
Just don't leave
Yeah. Yeah, but no, it was a great fucking game, man. The guns, what they did with the guns and equipment and all that, and the attachments was cool that you can strip it. I mean, it wasn't perfect. You know, it wasn't like how I would make it, but I mean, it was still a really, really fun game. And the story was great. I could see why some people wouldn't like it, that it was this whole like, I don't know, man, you know, because a lot of people at first were like a lot of reviewers were like, yeah, I don't know, man, it's not like the other metros where you're in the actual metro. I'm like, dude, who gives a fuck, man?
Fuck, I already tell you where it all stems from. I knew we were gonna hit this fucking topic anyway. It's from the Steam store and a lot of other bullshit things, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that's probably where it started for a lot of. Then they just wanted to nitpick things from there on. Yeah, stupid. Because like for those of you that don't know, this game initially there were pre-orders for Steam, and then Epic, I guess, paid them so that it could be exclusively launched for PC on Epic. And a bunch of people got really fucking butthurt about it. I mean, I get it, whatever, but that's just like the marketing guys and the executives making some fucking deals. I don't really give a shit if I have to go download it on Epic. You know, like I don't care. It's still a really fun game, and I just want to fucking play the game. Like, and Justin said that a ton of times about this too. Like, I don't care. I just want to enjoy the game. Who gives a shit what launcher it's on?
Well, I mean, I understand people's points, and then they're valid for like, well, there's security issues or stuff like that, and cool, I get it. But you know, that's your issue with the launcher, not necessarily the game itself. And if the company, you can't really dictate what the company does. So if that's the case, then fucking don't play it and wait. You know. Yeah. Now, is it kind of a fucking bad practice two weeks before release? Yeah, I mean, that probably wasn't the smartest fucking move. You know, that was kind of like, yeah, it was kind of shitty to Steam guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, where I really get like, or I just think the fucking bitching just gets to insane levels when they're talking about the Other Worlds thing. It's like, yo, the game isn't even fucking out, doesn't even have a demo to be played, and people are already pissed off about it. It's like, okay, there's no way to take pre-orders right now. Well, maybe there is, I don't know, but it's way in advance. It's not like it's 2 weeks before release, so it's not like it's a PS4 exclusive or an Xbox exclusive. It's exclusive to a launcher. You can still get it on the same fucking platform regardless. So that argument is null and void. So,
yeah, it's more like there's a dedicated cult out there that has decided that they will be the voice of hatred towards launcher exclusive. And as soon as anybody says anything about launcher exclusive, they all just fucking round up together and they're screaming like Hook with Robin Williams, like the Rufio shit. Yeah. But instead it's launcher exclusive. Like, honestly, you fucking suck.
It just makes me look at y'all like you're a bunch of bitches, really, because you're really that fucking entitled that you're gonna spend all this hate and energy towards that. Like, how about just don't play it? Just wait till it comes out on your launcher. And you'll be fine. Just don't play it.
Yeah. And you know what? They're not gonna care. They're not gonna care. They're gonna make their money anyway.
So many other more important things to worry about than what launchers something's on. You know.
I mean, yeah, it's annoying. I'd rather have everything be on one launcher so I can keep track of all my achievements.
It's annoying that I have to take a shit. It's annoying that I have to piss every once in a while from
or sleep.
You know, getting hydrated.
Yeah, sucks. Sucks that I have to fucking sleep. Stupid. Yeah. So I'm just gonna boycott sleep, and anybody that advocates sleep is a fucking asshole. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So many other things to worry about.
But I liked how they did the trains rolling, and you go different places, and how your actual attire actually changes, and the enemy types are mostly different everywhere you go, with like some differences. Like when you're in the desert, he's actually wearing the same clothes as them, just the t-shirt and all that, which is cool. When you get to the swamp area and all that, and like fighting the bandits, and how like there was all like the crazy zealots everywhere, that was cool. Did you find the Baron like doppelganger?
No.
So I was just exploring the map, and I came across this dude hanging out with a bunch of mannequins, and when he talked, the subtitle said he was the Baron. He didn't sound like the Baron though.
I had a guy talking about like some pirate or whatever the fuck with like all these fucking, I don't know, those mannequins, just dead bodies, but I don't know about that. He was like, "Hey, drink this," and just like I was like, "I'm not drinking that. There's radiation in that. No."
No, I don't think I ran into him though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
That was a nice little side piece conversation.
Yeah, that was probably in the wooded place. Yeah, I just murked everybody there. I didn't talk to anyone except for the chick. I did talk to her because she was hot.
I have to.
Yeah. Yeah, she had a lot of interesting things to say if you let her dialogue play out. And another thing that was fucking awesome in this game, you know how like when you're on the train, you could listen to the radio and go read stuff about everybody? You could sit through the radio and find different radio stations and stuff. What was sick is when you got done going through the radio stations, you get up, is Anna actually fucking comments on the radio stations you listen to. And like other players in the game would comment on other things that happen. And I mean, there was a ton of like side dialogue in that game. Like sometimes I would listen to a conversation that would go on for like 20 minutes. But I mean, I liked the fact that there were characters in it that like had full conversations, like they were just talking to each other, even if I was, I didn't have to be part of it. There was stuff going on and I just wanted to listen in. And I really enjoyed that. That was cool. Really fucking cool part of the game. Yeah. Oh, and I wish more games had the whole like fucking Ranger hard mode, hardcore. I wish more games had that as difficulties. Like, hey, we're gonna make a mode where it's super hard because you die really quick, but they also die really quick. I wish that was what hard was, not just they have more health and do more damage and you're normal. I really do. Oh, we didn't, did we? I'm a fucking terrible person. We didn't cover Halo Master Chief Collection. God damn. Fucking A. It's
Halo
gonna be
Master
on
Chief
Steam.
Collection's coming to PC. Moving on.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, and it's not gonna be on the marketplace. It's gonna be on Steam, which is cool. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, Metro Exodus. I liked it. I worked on my damn Russian accent for this game. Every time I read something in game. Yes, it was very, very, very good. Yes. Apparently, Letvin mentioned it as well. Then he left it alone. Okay, I may have missed it. I apologize.
Very good. Very good. Sergey, why you talk like this, Sergey? Why you make me adopt this persona? I don't want to adopt this persona. I want to talk about other things other than Metro Exodus, like Halo Chief Master Collection, because apparently that's so goddamn paramount to talk about. I'm going to keep talking about it in this voice. So hey, let's go ahead and discuss the other news. Yes, this.
Yes,
okay.
Yes,
All right.
Let's talk about Halo Master Chief. So this Master Chief guy, right? You never see his face. What if he have baby face? Or what if he ugly?
That's he tried to be like the Dooms. Now I just adopted different. Hang on. Bring it back. Yeah, all right. So he tries to portray like the Doomslayer, but he's not quite the Doomslayer because he can't quite do it. Okay? He's not the Doomslayer. He doesn't have it. So
sounds like he's one lazy motherfucker.
I'm just saying.
What you tell me? Yes, he's not as good. Yes, right. Yes. I mean, Doomslayer slay everything with fist and gun. Not once have I seen
he goes mad too.
Master Chef.
Massive spouts of blood everywhere, Sergey. Let me tell you, very good.
Very good, yes, indeed. But yes, Metro Exodus, very, very, very good game. Awesome. Highly recommend playing through entire series. The books are great too. I'm working through them right now. They take a much stronger approach to the mindfuck that the Metro has on Artyom and all that. There's not a lot of killing. It's more about how the death of humans and all that stuff has. There's no heaven or hell, so there's nowhere for your soul to go. So they get stuck in the Metro and they try to kill
like
the
a
living
purgatory, yes?
with their energy. Yes, like purgatory. Yes. And thank you very much, Clink. Thank you kindly.
Nice 1,000 biddies.
1,000
titties
rubles.
and biddies.
Yes. Woo!
One of my favorite things, titties and biddies. Just not
Tig old bitties.
I like big old titties.
Yeah.
Big bitties. Yes.
Yeah. Makes you want to go buy a bunch of fake gems and go to the strip club and like, woo! Bitties for the titties! But anyway. It's like, what are you throwing at me? Yeah. Yeah, it was a good game. Yeah, there's a whole stealth mechanic. There's you do get good and bad endings, and as we were playing through them, somebody would be like, "Ah, you're gonna get the bad ending." I'm like, "Shut up! What do you fucking know about bad or good?"
I got the ending that was that tailored to my actions. Fuck
yeah, that's how it should be worded personally. Because like the one I ended 2, I ended with blowing up D6 and killing all the fucking commies and yourself, and I love that ending because you died with your fucking boots on. You know, like why is it my fault that like when I killed all these in this wooded area when I killed everybody, you know, like why is it my fault that they attacked me and I defended myself? You sure? That's not gonna hold up in court, Nade. Self-defense, slaughtering the entire fucking village and hunting them down. Are you sure? And then taking enjoyment in pinning their heads to trees? Are you sure? Are you sure? Yes, it was self-defense. That's what I'm sticking with. My house, my castle. Well, you went into their house. Well, it is now my house. But anyway, yeah, that whole thing. I don't know. And that counted against me. Like, I would put that on, like, that's the other dude's fault for being angry. Like, whatever that one guy was. He's like, how could you kill them all? Oh, I hate you. And then not giving me his blood at the end. Like, that's his fucking fault for being an asshole. Not my fault. You know? I'm a killing machine. It's what I do. Nade got the Nade ending? Exactly. Nade got the Nade ending. Do I regret some of my choices? No. The only thing I regret is I could have killed them in different ways.
Go away, succubus.
But anyway. Is he trying to get you to drink whiskey? Ooh,
I'm not gonna lie. Look,
got some whiskey.
the shit's fantastic.
That Crown Royal he got? Which one is it?
It's the Crown Royal Reserve.
I got
And
drunk on
honestly,
that
a
so
little bit's
many
not
times
gonna-
in the army.
Honestly, a little bit's not gonna hurt me, but it has been fucking with my stomach lately. So that's the only reason why I don't. But give me that shit. It's bad.
That was it. That's all I had to say. You're gonna make me drink alone. God damn it, give me that shit.
Well, you know, it's he's just fucking with me. He doesn't care.
You should be enjoying his night because it should be celebratory.
He's right. It is a celebratory occasion, like Monday. I like this though. I mean,
Oh no, this stuff's fantastic. But that gin is also good.
oh yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but I will. Fucking A, dude.
You're not really stoked that I got you here. You got a job. We're fucking good.
He's a good fucking dude.
Fuck
dude.
yeah. Fuck
I
yeah.
can't. Come here. All right. I can't high praise this motherfucker enough. Okay. Like.
Can I high five him? Is that possible with this? Do our cameras reach? No, our
Parachute
cameras
shoot?
don't reach.
No. But he fucking got me out of a fucking shin, and we're gonna get personal, I guess. Sorry, Nate.
I want a high five Clank.
He wants to high five you. Wants to high five you. I think it's this way. Yeah, it's this way. Yeah. So gets me out of fucking Oklahoma, which I did not want to be in. Fucking
No, nobody wants to be on.
lined it up. I've gotten fucking free shit, like this fucking keyboard and shit. This Gucci ass fucking keyboard was a fucking nice little hand me down.
What is that? The G910?
G910, fucking Logitech. So I've gotten fucking hooked up. Fucking, it's just awesome.
Also, we figured out how to set up your desk without.
Yeah, we set up the desk. We fucking set up a drawer. We set up a bunch of stuff. Fucking that monitor.
Not even worried about it.
So I mean,
It doesn't really matter.
so it's just
Fuck yeah.
That kind of a person.
We take care of our
talking
own.
about which ties right back into the pegging thing again.
Ooh, I didn't hear what he said about it.
You say he's a giver, not a taker.
Oh.
probably some greatest shit. This motherfucker's got more stream stuff than I do with stuff. It's crazy.
Hell yeah. I'm glad he's getting into it too.
Yeah, he's getting
Because Clank's been getting into streaming. Good shit.
Also, yeah, I'm kind of an asshole.
We're all assholes.
No, I get you. Yeah, I get it.
They'll be like, oh yeah,
That Nate's such a nice guy. Not all the time.
Yeah.
get the fuck out of my stream. I don't give a shit.
There, you got me. Didn't take much twisting.
There's a middle finger on the bottom of the cup.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Monday.
I was like, what? Ah, motherfucker. Oh, man. That's funny. You got me.
You had to deal with subpar fucking bullshit this whole fucking time. But had my dude, and instead you dealt with fucking Gimpy. Can't even walk across a goddamn couple of desks.
Did you get fired yet?
Yeah,
No.
but he will.
Okay.
Hey, look at my face. Your job will. I have to deal with fucking.
Go to the next subject, Nate. I'm gonna mute this one.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, Metro Exodus, guys. Fucking awesome game. Now that I can do my full review. Like, how many times in the story I was like, oh shit, no fucking way. And I just kept shifting and turning, like, what we needed to do and what we need to do to complete that. And, like, not a lot of games give you choices. I mean, it wasn't like a perfect game for tons of fucking choices, but it had a lot of, like when I went and hit the Baron's Fortress or whatever, like, it was an option that had a different ending to meeting the Baron, where I could just, like, murk everybody. And, like, yeah, that was the harder option, but I did murk everybody, and that affected how that played out because I did that. And I enjoyed that. That was fucking... Like, I just wish more games did stuff like that, man. I don't know how many times in a game I've tried to do something else. Like, well, I want to do it this way because this is who I am, and it won't... Like, it literally won't let you do it. Like, I don't know how many times in Red Dead Redemption 2 I would point a gun at somebody, and it would just, like, you can't shoot. And I'm like, what the... In the middle of, like, a mission where I'm chasing some fucking dude down. Well, obviously he's got some importance that they want me to play it the way they want me to, and it was very frustrating trying to figure that out sometimes. It was like, dude, it's like one guy was running from me. It was Arthur's ex-fiance's brother that joined a cult, and you're chasing him down to get him back, and I was gonna try to shoot his horse's leg just so he just topples over and I got him, you know, instead of doing this stupid chase game. Especially because they made it so that I had the fastest horse in the game. I had an Arabian, and he was riding some fucking dumb horse or whatever, some plow horse or whatever, some whatever the hell. And it was consistently keeping a pace from me so that I couldn't lasso him or anything, because they wanted it to hit a certain point where he goes across the train tracks and the train crosses and then it cuts us off so they can start up this next story. Like, I get it, it was structured so a certain thing happens, but, you know, it was stuff like that. That was like, what the fuck? What's the point of getting the fastest horse in the goddamn game? You know, so it's kind of stuff like that. It was just kind of like, eh. This game doesn't do a lot of that. A lot of it is kind of what the choice you want to make, and then how that plays out at the end because of the choices you made. It was pretty interesting how that all came down to you got a bunch of radiation poisoning, and because you didn't play the nicest to everybody else's whims, they either weren't there to give you blood or didn't want to. So I died in my ending, but Anna lived, and Melnick in the books lived. Or no, he died. He died too because of he gave us his radiation poisoning medicine instead of keeping it for himself. And that was I mean, I really like Miller. I know Justin didn't really like Miller that much, but I don't know, after reading the books and like all the things that he did for you, I really liked him. And I know he wasn't a perfect individual, but I mean, I've had a lot of leadership when I was in the army and stuff like that, and most of them don't act like that. Most of them don't do things for you because they need to and stuff like that. But
Miller made up for it in the end, but he was still a piece of shit in the beginning because he got too fucking excited about his own goddamn fucking career. Just like the typical fucking officer sometimes. So
I mean, you're not wrong, but I mean, you also didn't read the book, so
No, I didn't
That's
read the
fine.
book, but again, I'm basing off what was portrayed in the fucking game. What was
Yeah.
portrayed
Yeah, no,
in
I
the
get
game
you.
Was accurate. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he did. You know, he did. I get it. Like, he could have talked to us about it. I'll agree, but... You can say it was riding an ass. Who was riding an ass? We were riding asses? Anyway, yeah. I highly recommend the Metro series, guys. Really, really good for what they... Like, they fill, like, what they want to do very, very well. As far as post-apocalyptic, I'd say as far as, like, a post-apocalyptic game, they do it better than Fallout. Fallout just has, like, a bigger world, because the first two are in metro stations, and I just had my fucking Chrome browser kill on me. Stream just still looks good. We're good? Yeah. But, like, I would say that they did a better job at that. Like, the nitty-gritty of the world, whereas Fallout has the funny characters, the side missions, getting lost in the world and stuff like that. But as a narrative, these games do a lot better job, in my opinion.
the fuck are we talking about in chat?
Somebody's riding somebody's ass or something. I don't know.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, highly recommend. Very fun, very, very fun. Like, there's a clip I had that was fucking sick. Like the kind of stuff that's in this game. Let's see if we can find it pretty easily here. If we can find it, that'd be nice.
Jesus Christ, Clint.
Oh, damn. Well, thank you. Fucking A. Thank you, man. Shit. Oh, about the horse story. Okay. One can say, oh, okay. All right. I got you. That makes sense now. Can I find this goddamn clip? Can I find this clip relatively? I wish you could sort clips by games. You're trying to find a specific one. No, that was the jalopy ride. It was a trick. It's a fucking awesome shot I made. Where is it? There we go. There it is. So this guy's full of armor. He fucks me over. Yeah, and like as soon as I get in that room, I have to put one. Like the fact that this is a mechanic, period. That the only way to one-shot him is if I put a round through his fucking viewport in his helmet, and I fucking nailed it with the Mazin. And I was just like, yeah, that's so fucking cool, man. God, so fucking cool that you can do that. Yeah, fucking awesome, man. Ooh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I think whenever you do that, it removes them from the, No, it was above it. Never mind. All good. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say about Metro Exodus?
I do not.
I'd recommend it. The whole series. They're fucking great. And the books. They're really good. I really enjoyed them. It was awesome. They did what they tried to do very, very well. It sucks, though, that there were those problems on PlayStation that Doc was having with it. That really sucks. Hopefully they fix that in the future, but... Do it, man. Go play it. It was good. Good. All right. Now the big one. Division 2. Division 2. So, have you beaten the main story in Division 2 yet?
I've gotten to World Tier 1.
Okay, so you have beaten the story. Okay. So how did you feel about the whole... Motherfucker, that's not what I meant to say. How did you feel about the whole, like, how that all played out? How the story worked in this one versus the other one and so on?
I mean, phenomenally better than the first one by a long shot. Especially at launch day. Fucking no-brainer there. Tom Fancy's fashion... Okay, yeah. But, I mean, definitely gets you more invested into it with these world tiers. I'm just kind of curious where they're going to go with it because this, you know, the Black Talon thing, isn't really that clear cut and dry for me on how to like reoccupy things, other than like I guess doing missions there or whatever.
Yeah.
But I haven't really delved that much into it since then. But I mean, I was definitely more invested into it than the first one. So that's hands fucking down. First one's launched fucking times and days, and the way they had things set up were atrocious.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely wasn't ideal.
So
No, I know you haven't gotten to it yet.
Which is funny. That's what I thought the first thing I was gonna fucking do was.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of the Dark Zone, I went in there with Seraphim the other day, and it was dead as fuck. This was right before Weekly Reset, though, which is weird. But dead as fuck. Nobody else in it, so we were just like pounding landmarks, not running into anybody. And we're like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go do all the things that you can do to up your rogue. So like when a drop comes, you steal it instead of just open it, so nobody else can get loot from it. Then we ran around and hit all those little things to up your rogue until we got all the way to the max that we could. And then we unlocked the Thieves' Den, so then we had to make it to the Thieves' Den, which was like this special underground area in the Dark Zone. And that unlocked a special vendor in the open world because we did that. And also, if you had a special skill, you can get daily rewards from it, which is cool. But so it unlocked like a side quest because you unlock that area because you did that, and you find some info there to go find some other people to do a side quest. So that was a cool little thing. But I know you haven't gotten to World Tier 4 yet, but you know how like they retake everything and then like the whole map is like an ongoing war in the world tiers. In World Tier 4, the benefit, like they unlock this ability where the activities around a control point, if you do them, they have a little plus meter on them. Some of them are +2, some of them are +1. You level up the control point by doing them because they fortify the control point because you're hitting things around it. And so when you're leveling up the control point, so when you finally go hit it, you get better loot from it. Like World Tier 3 was perfect for because you get a crafting blueprint for more mods and stuff. So it's cool that like at first I was like, oh man, shit, the whole map's being taken and there's like forces going to go take everything and it's always different when I log on. I don't see how I could control this entire map every day. It's impossible. But how it worked out is like, no, don't worry about that. It's more about having a way to actively get more loot out of things by leveling them up and redoing them. And it's cool. It's cool. I really like it because there could be different forces that take them too. So like you can have a different experience based on who you fight because of all the different enemy types. And I know that you just unlocked World Tier 1, and I thought it was really fucking cool how they did, like, instead of just like, all right, now just grind gear doing all the same shit so you get to World Tier 4 based on your gear score. It was more of a, you got to go do those invaded missions to unlock the stronghold. And then when you do the stronghold, because it's like a gear check, you have to have like a certain amount of gear and then a difficulty check. Like, all right, now you can go on to the next world tier because you took out one of those strongholds. That was a cool idea to make the world like
it's just
go
much
up
better put
and
together.
progress.
It's just
Yeah,
phenomenally better
yeah.
put together. You know, I was having a hell of a time and put on goddamn Summer Quest and going, man. It's just one of the few things you can actually do it on. So I mean, Clint was talking about that exclusively. It's just fucking. It's one of those nice little games you can put up fucking tunes on and just go. So
yeah, just play you've got a bunch of shit to do, and they all get you where you need to go. Like all the different things get you where you need to, with higher gear, progression, and all that. I like it. My first specialize. I don't know if you've chosen your specialization yet,
yes,
but
survivalist.
you have survivalist. Okay, so that's like that's more like healer side. You do get the crossbow and stuff, but that's like kind of what it's leaning towards.
It's
you don't have to build it that way.
Side.
Yeah, yeah. No, you don't have to. Like, I mean, there's still room to make it do other things, but
a lot
yeah,
of
that
the
one has the
abilities
roll.
are support abilities. So yeah.
Yeah. You get the little rollerball extra ability that heals, which is cool. Yeah, and that's also assault rifles and shotguns, if I remember correctly. Is the buffs for weapons you get with that one.
And you know, it lets me step out of the zone I normally play, and therefore it complements the group that we run with very well. So, you know, everybody else had their specializations. I'm like, I want to be fucking different, so I can complement the fucking group and fill a certain niche as needed. You know.
Yeah.
Normally, I'm gonna play high damage value fucking roles because I like nuking the fuck out of everything. You know, let's take me out of the fucking usual element because it's fucking cool to do that. You know, why not? Why stick to the mundane all the time? So, I don't have a problem. I like fucking experimenting and testing different things, but you never catch me pegging, so shut the fuck up.
Which is cool about this game that I really like about this game is that you can have so many different builds and stuff and fill different roles. And like, oh, we're running with this group, let me load this loadout. You know, like, oh, we need this for this particular thing we're hitting. All right, I'll run healer today. And I'm working on that right now. I've already finished sharpshooter tree. I've almost finished demolition tree, and then I'm going to work on survivalist and all the different builds you can make with that. And like, as you're accumulating gear, you can start like thinking like, all right, I'm going to save this for that build when it comes down the road, and so on and so forth. And a little news for you guys: on the 5th of April,
Free DLC.
World Tier 5 is going to unlock. Yep, free DLC. World Tier 5 is going to unlock.
That was a phenomenal fucking choice. Yep.
Yeah, new Stronghold Tidal Basin is going to unlock, and then I don't have a hard date on when the raid will be available. I don't know if that's just going to be an after that thing, or they're going to give some time for people to get up their gear score first. But I like this whole way of doing it more. I like it. It's fucking cool. I like that when you wanna recalibrate stuff, that you have to have a piece of gear to trade over that stat or skill. Like you have to pull it from something. It's not just like in the first one when you recalibrate gear, it would just random roll all the capable things in that slot, so you could just keep re-rolling it. Now it's like, no, I want this. Here's a trash piece of gear with that skill on it, or a gun with this perk on it. Let me put it over here. I like that. It does make it more grindy, but I like it. And I do like that I am, like, there's multi-purposes to what I'm doing when I get on now that I'm at World Tier 4 and I'm at Endgame. That like, all right, so I'm going to go hit my dailies, which are also, I'm like, one of these I'm trying to get stuff for this exotic weapon. I could get an exotic weapon drop during it. I'm trying to get gear so I can make more builds. I'm also trying to get better guns and stuff like that, you know, and so on and so forth. And I'm also getting more points to work towards my specializations, which is cool.
The fans
I
got
really
turned
like
on.
it.
I feel great now. Sorry, I had to
Oh,
say
hell
that.
yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I pushed mine into the corner and cranked it up way higher than usual. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's really hot in here today. But anyway. But yeah. I much better job on this one. This one's great. And like I've said before, like I feel like Division 2 has done for looter shooters and games as a service as what Witcher 3 did for open world story games. Like it just like, no. How about if you actually make like everything interesting? There's tons of shit to do on release. And
Bold
for the
statement.
most part, the game actually fucking works. That's what I feel
You know
like.
what? I
Yeah.
think that. You know what? I would fucking. I think that's an agreeable fucking thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect. You know, the game isn't perfect.
D3
but
did
for-
a good step with their fucking seasonal fucking stuff, and you know, I think that's a pretty fucking accurate statement for looter shooters. You know. Why not?
Yeah, there's a lot of games that have made improvements on it, but I would definitely say that at launch, you know, like as a done product, what it's done, fucking awesome. And we'll just see what they do from now on. But I mean, shit, I've put over, how many hours have I put into this fucking game already? $107 hours so far.
107.
Yeah. With a Dark Zone rank of 29, and my conflict rank is 8. And I actually kind of enjoy the fucking PvP in this. Like straight PvP. Like I went and made PvP builds. I actually had fun. And you get tons of loot for doing the PvP, by the way, guys, if you didn't know that. A match is about 10 minutes. If you fucking destroy the other guys, you can mercy it and finish it in like 2 minutes. And you get, based on your points, if you beat a personal best, as far as score, you get an extra cash. If you get a certain amount of points, you get a cash. Then there's another criteria for the other one. I think if you're like at the top or the top 2 or something, you get a cash. And some of those those caches can drop gear above 450, which is the soft cap. And they can also have the key fragments in them so that you can craft apparel cache keys. So you get tons of stuff for doing PvP, and like as soon as you get tired of it, you can just go play something else, because fuck tons of things in this game. So fuck it. I do like that Division has, for the most part, especially in the first one, I haven't really seen it too much in this because we haven't done raids and stuff yet, but there's a little bit of loot exclusivity to certain things. It's for the exotic blueprints and parts, but other than that, you can get anything from anything. Like a rando like ad that runs across the street just in the open world can drop like pretty much the same rolled stuff as what you can get in a higher cache. It may not be like a higher score, but like if you need something, it can be from anything. It could be from when you're doing PvP. It could be from your weekly reward for the clans. By the way, the clans are fucking awesome. That's cool. And then it can be from bosses. It can be from mission rewards. All that you can get it. Versus like Destiny was kind of an asshole about some of its stuff, and you would grind certain things to the point where you got so fucking bored of them that, and you still didn't get what you needed. That only comes from that one thing. But anyway, whatever. Yeah, the clans. So you guys made ZFG Nation, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel about the clans?
Clan thing is a nice little fucking mechanic there. I mean, it brings people together towards organization. I'm kind of curious what else they're gonna fucking do with it. I'm trying to figure out, you know, is it just gonna be like a PvP or PvE thing, or you know, how's this going to incorporate into the greater formation of the scheme here? You know, I haven't quite seen that yet. Like, I see the vendors, I see the unlocks, I see working towards goals and everything else, but I'm kind of curious how they're going to incorporate a mechanic, or if they are, of how clans are kind of going to influence things, like clan versus clan options or whatnot. I haven't seen those yet.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like at launch, what they've already done for it is fucking great. You know, you have clan projects that you can work towards every week. That you can get extra loot if your clan does X, Y, and Z. If you hit certain XP barriers, you get extra loot at the end of the week as a clan. And what my number one favorite thing is when you walk into your clan area, it's got a board of who's contributed the most over the week with names on there and where you are on the list. I'm like, that's fucking awesome, man. You know, like that's fucking sick, because I can go in there and be like, damn, Penguin's been going hard. Fuck yeah, Penguin. Look at him at the fucking top 3, you know, or like, hey, fucking Boomax #1. Fuck yeah, you know, it's awesome. I like that. I wish Destiny would have had stuff like that. You think they need to improve clan management? As far as the clan stuff, what I would change would be able to look at everybody's contributions, period. Like, look at the clan list as an entirety, especially as the lead of the clan. And I would also like to be able to see like who contributed what the most, and then maybe have like even more ways to like show appreciation for who did this and that. Like maybe it could even be something that you unlock over time with levels, but like you'd have multiple boards for like PvE best, PvP best in the clan. You know, who's played with clanmates the most, you know, stuff like that. Like that would be great. I would love to be able to have that. Who can we have our own like clanmate of the week thing? I mean, I guess we could do that in Discord anyway, but like I don't have a way to track what you've done, and I wish that I had the way that like I have the information, I can do with it what I will. And that's what I wanted for Destiny as well, was to have like Sherpa of the week. We had PvP champion, like we could hold our own tournaments for PvP and have champion of the week where you get a special alert when you come in the stream that goes doo, 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 hear ye, all rise to the blast zone champion, you know, and stuff like that. I want to be able to fill in. So yeah, I wish I could. Yeah, that's what I would add. And my number one thing that I would change to the game, period, would be the ability to make separate folders, just like an Explorer. Like if I could just open fucking Explorer, pretty much, but like, you know, maybe designed to work in the game, and I could just like create separate folders for loot, and then I could put stuff in those loot categories. Like, this is gonna go towards my PvE versus Elite skill build, so let me throw that in there and I'll worry about it later. Like, you could still have an overall inventory, but I wish I could like separate things by the build I want to put it into and then name those folders. I think that'd be fucking amazing. That'd be amazing if I could do that. That would be so, that'd be awesome. And then I could like, you know, it's almost made me, if I keep playing this game to the point where World Tier 5 comes out and I've done everything, I'm going to make separate characters, and each character is going to be each specialization. And they're just going to have, so like when it comes to gear, I'm just going to throw it to those characters. Like, oh, this is for this build. All right, that's going to go to that character because they're sharpshooter. So they're going to have, you know,
keep
all
going.
that
I
shit.
gotta piss.
Whatever.
Keep going.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. I'd be leading in clandest. Are you part of a clan, Starla? Have we got that figured out? Totally didn't mute for Metro, but then forgot to mute. It's all good, man. Yeah, it's all good. It's a fucking awesome game. Totally understand why you wouldn't want spoilers. Totally fucking understand. Yeah. Which is another reason why I have the current game shit. So when people go watch the VODs and stuff or the videos, they're like, I want to hop to this game. So you can just like, or you know, like shit comes up. Like I've been watching. I used to watch a bunch of Giant Bomb. I need to get back into watching Giant Bomb. I really like Giant Bomb. One of my favorite podcasts that Penguin put me onto. But they started putting like what game they're talking about in the thing, and I was like, that's fucking brilliant, you know? Yeah, like yeah, stole the idea. No point in reinventing the wheel, people. Learn from those around you that do, you know. Same thing with streaming and shit. Learn from those around you. Or any walk of life, period. Learn from those around you. Do your research. You know. Check other things out. Like if I wanted to start my own car company, would I just have to create something that's not a car? You know? That's stupid. The whole idea, like I said, that don't reinvent the wheel. Just find other ways and then research it and then make it your own. But anyway. Yeah. 2.7's red cell? Okay. Gotcha. Giant Bomb took over my spot for DCP. Religiously listen to Bombcast each week. Yeah, man. I like that it's so many different dudes that have been like in the game review industry for so fucking long and they have so many different tastes. Like I really like DCP, you know, and they're starting to get more into variety now, but I mean, you know, it was mainly about Destiny. And I really like those guys. I just wish that all of them were variety streamers, but it is the Destiny community podcast, so it makes sense. But anyway. All right. Yeah, did you have anything to add about Division or anything?
No, I mean, even though I've played through it, it's still like I'm still hitting end game, so I still feel like as far as like the overarching mechanics, I'm just barely scratching the surface. I can talk to you about the story and the progression of the story and whatnot, but at this point, everybody's already fucking discussed it. So it's like, okay, now that you've reached the end point, it's kind of like I'm just now scratching the surface of what's gonna keep people playing. So I don't have a whole lot of meticulous knowledge on that aspect, since apparently it's kind of cool how that kind of just evolves the whole overarching model of the fucking game, you know, whereas when Division 1 it was like you beat it and it's just like, well, that's it, you experienced everything, and there's like, oh well, now you've unlocked this asset. It's almost like you've only played through half the game and you have this other half that you have to fucking
exactly
into, which is nice.
I agree.
I feel like I haven't finished, even though I finished Division 2 story per se, I feel like I haven't finished Division 2, if that makes sense. Whereas if I play something similar like Destiny 2, I've experienced Destiny 2, it's going through the same shit over and over and over again, getting better drops or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, I do a lot of, like now where I'm at, I do a lot of the same things again. But like perfectly exactly like you said, is it's like as soon as you finish the main story and you open up World Tier 1, they're like, BT dubs, bro, that was only $30 of the $60 you paid.
Yeah.
We've got a whole other 30. And it's like, what? Yeah. And a bunch of free DLC coming out.
So
hey, I'm free Fridays.
Well fucking done. Now if they would just keep pushing out your optimizations, and I'll be happy. So
Yeah, Big Head shared that thing with you on Twitter that was the anti-cheat thing uses all your cores. Yeah, that's pretty stupid. I mean, Division 1 had problems too. I mean,
well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Not good for people who can't run 4 cores, 4 threads.
Yeah. And to be fair, with their anti-cheat stuff, I don't think I've really run into any hackers yet, so not really. Not like when the first game came out and we were going into the fucking DZ and people were running through buildings at like plus 300% movement speed with a plus 1,000% fire rate.
I don't know.
And they were invincible.
I told people up and down I was going to hit DZ, and I haven't even fucking touched DZ. That's crazy for me. That is nuts for me. All right? That's saying something. Normally, the first thing I was going to do is go to goddamn DZ, and I haven't even done that yet. So, I should tell you something. So.
Yeah, there's just that much other shit to do. I mean, okay, so for those of you wondering like what the loop is for me at World Tier 4, and I've done everything, and now I'm at the point where I need to. I mean, there's still other things I haven't done. I haven't maxed out everything yet, but So now it's about getting better gear builds, which are going to be pointless on the 5th anyway, because they're going to open up tier 5, and then I'm going to have to redo this all anyway, but that's fine. That's cool. And I'm excited to see what they add with that, with all world tier 5. Like, what's going to change it? Because every single world tier changed a mechanic or added more mechanics to the world and so on. So world tier 4, as like when the week starts, what I have to do is I have my dailies that I can go hit. We've got the new clan weekly stuff to do, so it's going to kind of shift like, all right, so I need to do more skirmish. I need to get headshots in skirmish or something. So like, all right, so let's start planning that out, whatever we need to hit. I've got my projects, my weekly projects as well. Like, go do X amount of this and that and so on. You got your, so every day it picks random missions that you can do, that you can get more points to fill your specialization. That's part of the grind. On top of that, every week you get your weekly bounties that you need to do, that you need to spend your fucking target intel on. And the first one, it was just go hit targets to get gear. Now it's, you want to hit like one guy that you get intel off his fucking body so you can find out where this guy is. And then you hit him to go hit this guy, and each one of those gives you way more loot and way more points to put in your specialization. So that, like, on top of that, every week you have those to do, and you can just do bounties, period, that you get for free. You can also spend points on throughout the week. You've got 3 different DZs that every day they rotate randomly which one is the non-normalized DZ, where there is no going rogue mechanic in it, period. You can just kill each other at a whim, which is fucking, I like that. I like it, because it's just like, you see a dude, you can fucking drop him. Doesn't fucking matter. You don't have to announce to the world that you're going rogue. You just put a bullet in his head. Oh, I'm getting that glitch where my fucking SMG, you missed it. Whatever, that's fine. I missed it. But my SMG mag was sticking in my Mark 46. And it actually, when it
was 6716 that they still haven't addressed for if you fucking modify the mag on that as well. Plus the fucking color scheme changes on that.
Yeah, everything turns out red on it.
Which I'm fine with, but you know, I mean, I can see the issues there. I like red.
Yeah, they're working on things. There's problems. And then for a while there was really bad frame rate issues for a while for everybody, and they fixed it. So they're doing a good job on it, though. Like, way better than Anthem. God damn. Anthem, you still tugging on your private parts over there? It's bleeding! Stop it! But anyway. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, we can go for 3 hours. It's a long episode. Do you have anything else about Division? You just got really quiet for some reason.
Hang on a minute. Microsoft! Oh, it only dropped at 5 fucking levels.
That's weird that it keeps doing that, though. All right. I don't know if we have anything else. No, we got questions. We got to get to questions.
To get to.
Yeah. Questions from you. That's the thing.
Not bad.
Current game questions. I'm going to put some footage of you playing this in the background while we do that. While we do questions. All right. So, of some of the questions I have, you guys, if you have any that you've been saving or would like to ask about, you can do those now.
Now's the time to spend your saved rounds.
Yeah. So, Lead Fiend asked, how long does Gorilla Mind last?
Okay. So, I'm not going to get into a whole thing because this is not my fucking, this is a joint venture. It's not a fucking goddamn Justin 87 venture, but Rush is
Gorilla
supposed
Mind
to last.
sponsors ZFG Nation.
What?
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 No? I totally didn't say Gorilla Mind sponsors CFG Nation.
Yes, true. So the Rush is 10 hours long. The Smooth is just, I think it's, I don't know, I'm not even sure what the life plan is at, but Rush is supposed to be work for 10 hours. And so there you go. There's your time frame. It's supposed to be, it usually kicks in at about an hour, hour and a half, and then it goes on for about 10 hours. So there you go.
Does it help performances in bed?
That has been untested. I will let you know at the end of the month. April.
For science.
I will let you know.
Yeah. If it doesn't end in a trip to the hospital from a split pelvis, then I will be disappointed. Don't do gorilla minded F6. Don't do it. It's madness, man. God, I broke my bed. I broke the wall.
Apparently, if I ask Big Head, apparently that is the case. So.
Oh, okay. Damn. Oh, damn. Okay. Shit. All right. I want to know if Justin prefers to get pegged by. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you can fuck off with that one. Anyway, next.
All right. So, and then Clank asked about the headphones. I answered that when that came up. Leadfiend asked, what about that game that looks like Overkill?
Project Overkill?
Yeah, I don't know. I just wrote down his question.
Such a good host, Nate. I don't know. Project Overkill. Gives me Fallout isometric vibes. That's about the only thing I'm thinking of.
What's up, Trist? How you doing?
What's up, Crunchy?
I don't know. I'm sure he's lurking durkin, but if he comes back in and we see him again, we'll ask him to clarify. Yeah. I think it was Mr. Glitch. Mr. Glitch asked, have you guys played ESO? Yeah, we both have,
we
right?
both
played
have.
ESO. Yeah. I mean, when it first came out, I played it on PlayStation. I was Dragonheart or whatever the fuck. I was Dark Elf. I had a clan. I had a bunch of buddies that played. We got super into it. I got to veteran rank 4. And I was doing Aldemary Dominion, and then I got fucking bored with it. And then I came back like a year or two on PC, and they made a bunch of changes. And what I didn't like about it is, like, I was trying to find an MMO that I could just play the fuck out of. What I didn't like about it is that they made it so that all the dungeons were accessible as soon as you unlock dungeons, pretty much. And it just scaled it to whatever your level was. So you could just do all the dungeons.
I just didn't feel, I don't know what it is, and I wish I could give you a fucking streamlined fucking answer. I did not feel invested. I don't have an answer, like, why? Well, what would you change? And I don't really know what to tell you. I didn't feel
I'd say it's because, yeah.
I didn't feel like I had a sense of, I don't know, progression, I guess. Or just, I didn't feel, I don't
Well, it was
know
more like,
how to explain it to you. I'd have to probably do it again just to see. I just don't know what to say. And I wish I had something more for you. I really don't. I don't like code, like when I played the Old Republic, I feel invested. When I played World of War, or not, well, even WoW, okay. But Warhammer Online, I feel, invested in it and stuff like that with the progression and stuff. I didn't. I don't know, man. It didn't. It could be because of the earlier fucking Elder Scrolls. I just did not feel as invested, and I don't have an answer for you. I really don't. Maybe because the skills are or whatever.
Yeah. If I could try to quantify why going through it would be, you have to do side quests to unlock more main story, and in any game that does that, Destiny, like, it's kind of like, okay, I kind of got to go do this thing for this dude that I don't really care about, but it's just to get me from point A to point, which is fine. It's an MMO. It makes sense in an MMO, personally. That makes sense to me. Like a legit MMO that I need to, like, hey, my sheep ran away. Could you find them? Or whatever the fuck those lizard two-legged things are in Elder Scrolls. But, hey, they ran away. Could you find them? And that was literally a mission or whatever. Like, fine, I'll go fucking help you. I need the XP anyway. So there's a lot of that, and it gets very samey. A couple of them did stand out. They were pretty okay. So it's like taking an Elder Scrolls game where you just want to get lost in the world, but there's too many limitations because it's an MMO. Like, you're just getting weapons dropping at different levels, and like, I don't know. It's kind of like taking the good of an Elder Scrolls game, but throwing in some MMO, like not fun things, but also like spicing up an MMO that kind of makes it cool. And then I would say that's probably why, is because it's a Elder Scrolls game in an MMO world, and there's pros and cons to that. Like when I would play it, I wanted to get lost in the story, in the missions I did, listen to people talk, you know, have a conversation with them, read lore that I found. But if I'm playing in a group, every time I played in a group and I tried to do that, it kept fucking up what I was doing. And not intentionally by the people playing with me. Like if I find something on the ground to read, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to read it, you know, oh, this is cool. It might be pertinent to what's going on around here. And as I'm reading it, an enemy spawns next to me and attacks me, and it pulls me out of reading it. And I can never look at it again. There was no log to go through. Or like I'm sitting there and I'm reading it, and then Fateless kites some fucking ads over to me because he's getting attacked, and he didn't know that it would pull me out of it, and I wouldn't be able to. He wouldn't know that.
Fateless just tends to fuck things up anyway, so let's just go ahead and say it was a Fateless moment anyway.
All right, we'll call it that. Castlevania, blah blah blah. We'll put on some more SWAT while we're talking.
Surprised you didn't notice yet.
Wait, new intro? Where? What? Here? When?
I had to say something. Not on that one.
Oh, this?
Nope.
No. Ooh. Ooh. I can't hear it though because it's muted.
Yeah, who cares?
I love this mixer, man. Like, I don't have to mute things on stuff anymore. I can just like... Oh, gotta turn it back down. There we go. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sip Sprung, I don't know what he's talking... He didn't do it on purpose, to be fair.
Yeah, he did.
He did not.
Yes, he did.
He did do it on purpose. You're a fucking asshole.
Yes, he is.
Goddamn. If I ever see you in a diner...
Yes.
I'm gonna pay the waitress to piss in your coffee. Actually, no, you might like that.
I'll do it for free.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, calm down, everybody.
Am I kidding?
Yeah. I don't know.
No. Hard to tell with Justin.
God, do you ever get reactions from people that like you make a joke and you're obviously joking, and they're like, they give you the reaction that like they thought you were serious? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna murder everybody. God damn, calm down.
Yeah,
you know,
see,
whatever.
I don't see again.
Yeah.
It's I get the exact reaction that's wanted because then people don't know.
Yeah, like, wait a minute.
it's like
Where's the exits?
Like, wait a minute. Justin said it, so. Yeah. Fucking Triss knows.
Crunchy fucker.
She fucking
Dude,
knows.
I found some peanut butter the other day that's extra crunchy. The whole thing was amazing. Just saying. But anyway. Okay, so we got to that question, got to that question. We also had Hawksley asked, Nade, why don't you become a VA? A voice actor? Whenever I get that question, or I have somebody see my artwork that I do with my digital stuff, like the other t-shirt that I had, the Blast Zone stuff, I'm like, but that's what I'm doing. When I play video games that don't have voice dialogue, I try to voice act them. So that's what I'm doing. And I do all my own graphics work. I don't know. That makes sense. I have thought about legitimately doing it on the side of doing voice acting, but that's what I'm already doing. That makes sense. I don't even know if he's here anymore, but...
Do you want to get paid to voice act? I think it was.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it on the side. It'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool to, like, you know, be a voice actor. It'd be fucking sick.
I will kill boss. I will slaughter boss. I will demolish boss. I will fucking obliterate boss. There you go. Takes care of that question. Voice acting.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing with my streaming. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's a part of me that goes like, so do you not think that this is legit what I'm doing? Or, you know, I know they don't mean that. But whenever I get that, like I've gotten it quite a bit about the voice acting thing. I've also gotten it quite a bit about some of my artwork stuff that I've done. Like, man, you should work in some kind of like artistic thing or creative process. I'm like, is that not what I'm fucking doing with my time every day? Like, goddamn, you know, like whatever.
They're
I don't know.
complimenting you, Nate. They're compliment. It's a compliment. It's a compliment.
Yeah, I know.
It's a compliment.
I just hate everybody. So.
Oh, hang on a minute. No, let's not adopt the Justin attitude towards things.
Yeah.
I mean,
No. I
no,
hate
you
people.
can.
Persons are okay though. Yeah, persons.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, like you're cool. You know, Trist is cool. Ty's cool. Fateless is okay. Who else we got in here? Gamers. Yeah, I hate people. Persons are okay. I know that doesn't make sense with the person's thing, but like,
Yeah, it makes
you know,
sense.
when you come across somebody in the store and they're kind of being a fucking dick, and you're just like, okay, whatever. You know, they're people. Whatever. You just need whatever you need to do to get through. I don't fucking care. You're not gonna ruin my goddamn day. It's whatever. You're a people.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I get it. If I don't know you and you spontaneously combust, I'm just gonna be like, which
Yeah.
I'm not gonna care about. I don't know you. People die every day. Whatever. I guess that's my attitude.
Yeah, exactly what Starless, an individual person is okay. Yeah. Now, if I don't like you or you're a fucking problem, you're a people. I'm sorry. Doesn't mean I'm gonna pick a fight with you or something. It's just, that's nice. I'm gonna move on with my day. So.
Yeah, that's not a reaction.
I love you, but I'll smack you. Oh, man. I'm probably a people. Look, my persons is very, 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 very small. Okay, my persons is super fucking small. It's nothing personal. It's really not. Some of you are like in between, but just saying.
We built rapport. Rapport is good.
Yeah, it's an overtime thing. Yeah.
There's a difference between somebody who's been popping in and out and saying something and making a joke versus somebody I don't even fucking know all of a sudden firing off the same joke. You're gonna get a very, very different response.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like for example, if Dirk came in here and the first thing he said was "fuck Destiny" while I'm playing Destiny, I know that he's
pretty sure
kidding.
he's laughing his ass off when he says that he's joking because we have rapport.
Yeah. And people don't get that, I swear. Like, people come into streams and they're just like, they just immediately act like they're your best buddy, and they make jokes that your buddy First of all, none of my buddies make jokes at my expense all the time. Every now and then there's a joke at my expense, but most of the time that's not what we fucking joke about. So that's one of the fastest ways for me not like you. 2, fuck you. 3, 3, I don't fucking know you. Don't talk to me like you're my buddy. You're not my fucking buddy.
I just have I just treat people the same candor as I would if you were in person. Like the screen has no relevance for me. If I would punch you in the fucking face in person, you probably shouldn't fucking say it, because I'm probably gonna treat you the same fucking way as I do when I'm online. I'm just saying. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, no, completely.
Your
agree.
little safety behind the screen mechanic doesn't fucking have relevance with me. Sorry.
Yeah, like, could you imagine being in a grocery store and you're sitting there, like, maybe in the game aisle, and you're looking at a game, trying to keep it relevant to Twitch, right? Because you're interested in a game. Some other gamer comes up and he's like, "What? You're gonna play Dark Souls? Are you good enough?" And I'd be like, "Dude, I'm gonna give you 5 fucking seconds to get the fuck away from me." Like,
you ever had your teeth punched out your fucking butthole? No? Okay. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Exactly, man. Like, people don't pull that shit in fucking person, I swear. People driving pull it. They'll be fucking assholes because they think they're in this nice little protective box. And if I didn't have to worry about, the accident report afterward, and then the charges of aggravated assault, fucking reckless endangerment and dangerous driving and all this shit, then I swear, man, I've fantasized about it so many times when I'm driving. I don't know how many times I've had somebody do something to me, like they cut me off and then they honk at me, and then I drive up and I check, and it's some old lady.
It's just me. I'm that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
I haven't learned to let things go when that fucking switch is flipped. I can't.
So do you mean like you pull over to calm down?
No, I pull over to fucking. You want to honk at me? I'm like, all right, cool, motherfucker, let's go, and I pull over. That's just me. That's me.
Oh man. Yeah.
Either they drive the fuck on or whatever. That's just me.
Yeah.
It really depends on the day or the mood or whatever. That's me.
No, I get you. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know how many times I've had somebody fucking cut me off or something, then honk at me because I'm in their blind spot and they didn't check it. And then I pull up and it's some old lady and she flips me off and I'm like, whoa!
I might laugh at it though in that case.
Yeah, I laughed when that happened.
Honestly, that
Yeah.
would probably crack me up. I think I would
Yeah.
probably melt my anger and just be like,
Yeah.
I think I would.
It happens a lot though. Yeah. Where somebody fucking honks at me. And one time it was an old lady.
Angry old bitch.
And she flipped me off and I was like, what the fuck? That was obviously your fault, but I guess if you're old, it doesn't fucking matter. You know, like, fuck you, I don't care. But anyway. So, Grandpa, what's going on, man?
I don't know. I just like seeing how far people are gonna push if they're feeling ballsy. I'm like, okay, well, you don't fucking like me that much. Cool,
Yeah.
let's fucking escalate it. And it's like, well, no, I mean, not that. I'm just like, oh, okay, all right.
Well, why'd you come at me like that's what you wanted then?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree, Ty, exactly.
Who's the bitch
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
It's just me.
Fucking stupid. Do we have any more questions? I didn't see any more since the... Let me scroll up, though. Let me see. Let me see.
Getting some real talk in this bitch.
Is it pizza time? I guess it's pizza time. That's one question.
Who asked that?
Yeah.
Is that Clint? Is it pizza time? He might have not ordered. I don't know. We'll find out. It's eat unhealthy shit day, I guess.
I do have some thank yous to put out
Yeah,
that
let's
I
do some
missed.
thank yous. Then we can
Yeah.
continue this because I don't know. I like just talking to people.
Dear God.
Yeah. Yeah, motherfuckers want ham, bro.
Lead Fiend, tier 3 for 11 fucking months. This is a great day for more
Wadaka.
doc. Thank you, man. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you for the host. Pink with a 13-month resub. Holy shit! I like that you can see my screen.
Yes.
Clank with the 100
Cheer.
biddies. Twisted Fate with the faux biddies. Hawkslead with a $10 donation. Hashtag not a bribe.
What did it say? Not a bribe.
Not a bribe.
He's painting it out of fucking timeout, dude. It's fucking good shit. Good shit,
Clank with
man.
another 100 biddies.
Yep.
Clank with another 1,000 biddies.
It seems
fuck
like
is
this
that?
party is. Seems like this party is too dry for America. Yes. So that's why we drink our boobin. Boobin? Boobin?
Boobin? The boobin! Hey! As soon as it wants to fucking load here. Recent events. There we go. And then Clank with another 1,000 biddies after that. Seems like this party is too dry for America. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. During our TG streams, I like to we do all that stuff at the end. Because as far as like a podcast show thing, if somebody's watching it, you know, like, yeah, they can see chat. We don't respond to chat constantly because then it's like, you know, like a stream where we get off tangent all the time and we're trying to get to the conversation we're having and finish it and then have questions at the end and then get to the thank yous and so on. It's not that I don't appreciate what you do. Yeah, we're just trying to keep the flow going. Yeah. Yeah, when is the next Arma mission? That'll be Sunday at
Sunday
1800
at we haven't
Central?
really decided on time. So what I'm gonna do is probably the day of or the day before I'll push out and say, hey, what time works for everybody, so we can decide upon that. With the understanding that this will probably be the consecutive. I mean, it's the weekend, so I'm willing to have a little bit more leeway with it. But on weekdays, there's no leeway. Like we have to have a set time on weekdays. So
Yeah, that's at 1800 Wednesdays, right?
19,
Correct.
19,
Central Time.
19.
Yeah, we pushed it back.
Yes.
Okay, which is 18 my time.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. That'll be the next thing with that, dude. I so fucking wish that EFT you could do what you do with EFT with Arma. That'd be fucking sick. It'd be amazing if like Arma had EFT's combat mechanics. Fucking awesome.
You can mod that stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I got you. Maybe not as much the health stuff. I appreciate that we kind of went away from the whole gotta fucking sit here and check what wound it is and then figure out and
That was
fucking
the
get out my
point. If
goddamn.
You get down, you're down. And I wanted to get you guys back in the fight because I didn't want to sit there and make it all about fucking having to fucking do medicinal practices and stuff. I wanted you all to fucking
Yeah.
basically get back in the fight and focus on the objective aspect and not get bogged down with Ace. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there was a lot in the other playthrough. It was like, fuck. I mean, we'd sit there for 20 minutes just meting somebody.
what cracks me up is you guys think Dave says fuck all the time, but yet you deal with me saying fuck all the time. So I'm just like, what's the difference?
Nah, it wasn't anything ridiculous. They just turned it into a little game there.
Oh, well, that's
It had
fine.
to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just thought they thought it was fucking awesome and hilarious, and they started saying fucking with everything too.
I mean,
No.
you should have seen me like when I was still in the fucking Marine Corps. It was that way. But I've since
whilst I was away.
I mean, sometimes you'll catch me doing it. Like if I'm doing a leadership role in Arma or whatever, I'll go back into that mode, and then it's just like, you know, and just regurgitates out. But you know, I've since adapted to where I can't use fuck for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, like when I hang out with my grandma, I don't say fuck every word. I don't swear,
Oh, I
period.
was really bad even around my parents. It didn't fucking matter. So it was.
Yeah.
They were just like, they just look at me, and I'm just like, the fuck's your problem?
You know what you know what I like though? I like is when you start to get to know somebody, like say like the people at your office, at your apartment or whatever, and you start talking to them, and then you swear in front of them, and then they every now and then let it out that they swear occasionally, but like they're at work, so they're like, I can't fucking stand that guy, or whatever. Like I think it's fucking hilarious. I love it. I love it when they're like, hey, yes, profanity, but they're at work, so they have to. Okay, bad words. Don't want to say it too loud. I love it.
You're Justin fucking Red, but he's fucking Dave. I'll take it.
Yeah, there we go. Boom!
I like it.
Boom!
I like it.
But yeah, I think it's that time, Justin.
What time? Hammer time?
Yeah, that one time with the thing.
Alright, so I guess we'll end the fucking video portion and go to the live stream portion at some point. Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. Next.
His name is Justin Red 87 on Twitch. He live streams variety games. Every game that we talk about on this show, you can check him out. You can also hit the little bell option on there to get notifications whenever he goes live. Another great way to stay in contact with Justin Red 87 is to check out his Twitter as he flips you off with the bottom of his cup. Now, Justin Raid 87 again on Twitter. He tweets every time he goes live, and you can also check out his Discord through various means to find out when he goes live, as well as other supporters or other streams that he supports and his thoughts on the general world. His name is Cobra493 on YouTube. You guys can check him out. He's got quite a bit of military stuff on there and mil sim shooter tactical-esque stuff. I recommend giving it a gander. You will not be disappointed. On to you, Nade.
Why, thank you, random narrator Steve. Yeah, I'm the Nade Face, the Nade Face on everything. Same thing with Twitch. I normally stream. I start around 3 Mountain Time, sometimes before, depending on how excited I am. Same thing on Twitter. Same thing, same rules. Other streamers I support, you can find them on Twitter. I tweet every time I go live. Other stuff going on with the stream, so on and so forth. And the Nade Face on YouTube.
Hit the follow button and make sure you go to Twitter and hit the follow button over there. And then make sure you go to the YouTube as well. Also, make sure you check out Talking Guns on YouTube. And make sure you let me in the door because I'm housekeeping.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can hit us up on there. Discord's down there. Talking Guns, if you're watching on Twitch, is down in the info. You can hit our YouTube. My YouTube, I don't really post a bunch of shit. I am now getting into the rhythm where I am going to edit out all the breaks for all my storyline game playthroughs, make collections of them, and I might get to the point where I export them all to YouTube. I don't know. We'll get to that point. We'll see how it goes. Y'all fucking rock. Y'all fucking roll. Thank y'all very goddamn much. And this is the episode 15 of
15.
Talking Guns. Yeah,
15.
episode 15 of Talking Guns. And we'll see you guys next time.